Good afternoon, everyone. Today, you people have written grand test number 1. I hope you people have written today's zoology exam well, along with botany. Now, we should analyze today's grand test question paper, zoology question paper. See, first question number 91. Select the incorrect option. The direct NCERT line. Option 4 is incorrect. As per given question, lactiferous duct connects mammary tubules with mammary ducts. Absolutely wrong. Why? Because lactiferous duct is located in nipple. Lactiferous duct is located in nipple through which milk is sucked out by the baby. Lactiferous duct is connected to nipple through which milk is sucked out by the baby. So option 4 is incorrect. And question number 92. The taxonomic categories having the group of related genera are. So we have learnt about the taxonomic hierarchy in previous classes. So ascending order, first species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division, kingdom. Here, especially family is a group of closely related genera. Family is a group of closely related genera. Here option 4, Canidae. Canidae is a kind of family. Dogs belong to the family Canidae. And Solanaceae family, plant families like Solanaceae and Convolvulaceae belong to the order Polymoniales. So here option 4 is correct. Next, question number 93. A woman is infertile due to thick and tough zona pellucida developed around the secondary oocyte she produces. Suggest a suitable art procedure to solve the problem. Here according to this question, zona pellucida is thick and tough. Zona pellucida is thick and tough. That is why naturally sperm cannot enter the cytoplasm of ovum. Naturally sperm cannot enter the cytoplasm of secondary oocyte because secondary oocyte is lined by tough and thick zona pellucida. That is why sperm cannot enter the cytoplasm of secondary oocyte. Particularly in this case, ICSI method will be suggested. ICSI stands for intracytoplasmic sperm injection. In case of ICSI, sperm is directly injected into the cytoplasm of secondary oocyte through microscopic needle. So option 3 is correct. And 94 botany question. Question number 95. The chances of toxoplasma infection. The chances of toxoplasma infection usually increase in patients suffering from obviously AIDS. Dear students, in case of HIV AIDS, number of T helper cells gradually decreases. Number of T helper cells gradually decreases due to reduction in the number of T helper cells. Due to reduction in the number of T helper cells, patient will suffer from bouts of fever, diarrhea, weight loss, bacterial infections like mycobacterium, fungal infections, parasitic infections like toxoplasma. Finally, immune system will be deficient. It leads to AIDS. Understood? Due to reduction in the number of T helper cells, patient will suffer from different abnormalities. Understood? Like diarrhea, weight loss, bouts of fever, bacterial infections like mycobacterium, fungal infections and parasitic infections like toxoplasma. Next, question number 96. The main contraceptive actions of hormone releasing IUDs do not include. Hormone releasing IUDs perform two essential functions, namely Hormone releasing IUDs make the uterus unsuitable for implantation. Hormone releasing IUDs make the uterus unsuitable for implantation. And hormone releasing IUDs make the cervix hostile to sperms. Make the cervix hostile to sperms. Here option 1 does not come under hormone releasing IUDs. Here option 1 is phagocytosis of sperms. Phagocytosis of sperms will be done by non-medicated IUDs. Non-medicated IUDs stimulate white blood cells to engulf sperms. So here answer is option 1. And question number 97. Based on the differentiation of external genital organs, what is the earliest stage of gestation at which the sex of the developing fetus can be reliably identified using ultrasound sonography technique? Obviously option 1, end of 12 week. By the end of the 12 weeks or by the end of the first trimester. By the end of the 12 weeks or by the end of the first trimester, limbs and external genital organs are well developed. Limbs and external genital organs are well developed and major organ systems are formed. By the end of the 12 weeks or by the end of the first trimester, limbs and external genital organs are well developed and major organ systems are formed. So obviously option 1 is correct. 98 and 99 related to botany. Even question number 100 represents botany. Question number 101. Read the following. They have given A, B, C, D, E, F options. A. Poikilotherm means cold-blooded. B. Shelled eggs. C. Homeotherm. D. Tetrapod. E. Ureotelic. Which of the above features are applicable to frogs? So option 3, A, D and E. So first A, frog is 100% poikilotherm, cold-blooded, because frog cannot maintain constant internal body temperature. Understood? So next one, B, tetrapod. Each frog has 2 pairs of limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs, hence the name tetrapod. E, ureotelic. Adult frog excretes nitrogenous waste material in the form of urea, hence the name ureotelic. So A, D and E are correct. Okay. And question number 102 botany amma. 103 scientific name and common name. Spongilla, common name of spongilla is freshwater sponge. So A4. B, Meandrina common name is brain coral. B3. C, Adamsia common name is sea anemone. C2. And D, Tinoplana. Tinoplana is a kind of sea walnut. So D1. Option 2 is correct. A4, B3, C2 and D1. Next. So 104 botany. 105. Which of the following features is shared by grasshopper, sacoglasses and Chaetoplura? Grasshopper belongs to the phylum Arthropoda, sacoglasses belongs to the phylum Hemichordata, and Chaetoplura, common name of Chaetoplura is chiton, it belongs to the phylum Mollusca. So these 3 organisms share one common characteristic feature, that is open circulation. In grasshopper, in sacoglasses and in Chaetoplura, circulation is open type. Andre blood vessels are absent or blood vessels are poorly developed. In that case, heart pumps blood into open space. Heart pumps blood into open space called sinus or hemocoel. Sinus or hemocoel is filled with blood or hemolymph. Visceral organs are bathed in blood or hemolymph. Next, 106 botany and coming to 107. Identify the animals A, B and C based on the description below. A, electric organ. Torpedo common name is electric ray. Torpedo belongs to the class Chondrichthyes. Torpedo belongs to the class Chondrichthyes. So in torpedo electric organs are present. They emit some volts of current. Understood? So here A is torpedo. Pneumatic bones. Presence of pneumatic bones is one of the basic fundamental characteristic feature of birds or aves. So B, neoprene. The common name of neoprene is vulture, a kind of bird. So neoprene has pneumatic bones. Pneumatic bones play a vital role in flight. Presence of pneumatic bones is one of the flight adaptation. And C, oviparous mammal, obviously Ornithorhynchus. The common name of Ornithorhynchus is duck-billed platypus. Basically, all mammals are viviparous except Ornithorhynchus and Echidna. Both are egg-laying mammals. So answer is 1. A, torpedo, B, neoprene, and C, Ornithorhynchus. 108, 109, botany relevant questions. And 110, statement 1. Cell junctions provide both structural and functional links between individual cells of a tissue. Cell junctions provide both structural and functional links between individual cells of a tissue. Direct NCERT statement. This question comes under animal tissues. Basically, the cytoplasm of cell 1 is connected to the cytoplasm of cell 2 through cell junction. From the cytoplasm of cell 1, substances will be migrated into the cytoplasm of cell 2 through cell junction. Statement 2. Cells in epithelium are held together with little intercellular matrix. Basically, epithelium is composed of cells. Those cells are compactly arranged with little intercellular matrix. So here both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. 111. Any plane passing through the central axis of the body divides the organism into two identical halves. It is called radial symmetry. Absolutely. Any plane that passes through central axis of the body and divides an organism into two equal halves represents radial symmetry. Only one plane represents bilateral symmetry. Just enumerate the difference between them. Next, 112 botany and 113. The patella is composed of which tissue? Absolutely bone. The patella is composed of bone. The bone patella represents, or the bone patella belongs to hind limb. Understood? Next, question number 115. Arrange the following formed elements in ascending order of their abundance in blood and choose the correct option. Obviously C. So first, basophils. Basophils constitute about 0.5 to 1% of the total volume of blood. And next A, eosinophils. Eosinophils constitute about 2 to 3% of the total volume of blood. Total volume of white blood cells, sorry. And next B, monocytes. Monocytes occupy 6 to 8% of total WBCs. And next one E, lymphocytes constitute about 20 to 25% of total volume of white blood cells. And last one D, neutrophils are more in number. Neutrophils constitute about 60 to 65% of total volume of white blood cells. So answer is 3, C, A, B, E, D. Next, 116, 117 related to botany and 118. Identify vector-borne diseases from the following. Identify mosquito-borne vector diseases from the following. A, chikungunya. Chikungunya is caused by chikungunya virus, but chikungunya is transmitted by female Aedes mosquito. Coming to dengue. Dengue is caused by dengue virus. Dengue virus is transmitted by female Aedes mosquito. And malaria. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium vivax, transmitted by female Anopheles mosquito. And E, filariasis. Filariasis is caused by Wuchereria bancrofti and Wuchereria malai, will be transmitted by female Culex mosquito. So answer should be option 2, A, B, C and E. And question number 119. Cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes are normally found in normal cells. Cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes are commonly found in normal cells. But under certain conditions like mutagens, Under certain conditions like mutagens, they become activated and cause cancer. This phenomenon is called oncogenic transformation. Oncogenic transformation, basically normal cells are composed of cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes. Under certain conditions like mutagens, cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes become activated and cause cancer. This phenomenon is oncogenic transformation. Next, 120. Antibodies that cross the placenta provide. Obviously, natural passive acquired immunity. No ambiguity at all. Direct NCERT line. Next, 121 botany question, 122. Match the following. Ascariasis. We should identify the symptoms of given diseases. First, ascariasis. Symptoms of ascariasis: internal bleeding, fever, blockage of intestinal passage. Next, B, filariasis symptoms: inflammation of lymphatic vessels. C, dengue symptoms: joint pains, retroorbital pain or pain behind eyes. And D, ringworm. Symptoms of ringworm: dry scaly lesions on skin, nail and scalp. So A2, B1, C4 and D3. Answer is 2. 123 related to botany. 124. Read the following statements regarding predation and select the incorrect statement. So we should identify incorrect options which are related to predation. So B and C are incorrect among all these. Among all these, B and C are incorrect. B, according to B, predators always increase the intensity of competition among competing prey species, not increase, decrease. C, predators are not prudent, absolutely wrong. Predators are prudent pertaining to prey. Predators are prudent pertaining to prey. Basically, if predators eat prey indiscriminately, after some days, prey population declines. Due to the unavailability of prey, one fine day, automatically predator population also declines. It leads to ecological imbalance. Next. Question number 125, botany question amma. 129 botany, even 126, 127 both come under botany. 128 botany, 129 botany, 130 botany, 131. Question number 131, assertion. Alexander von Humboldt found that within a region, species richness increased with increasing explored area, but only up to a particular limit. Absolutely correct. If area increases, species richness also increases up to a particular level. Later it reaches equilibrium state. State assertion is absolutely correct. Reason. Relationship between species richness and area for a wide variety of taxa turns out to be a rectangular hyperbola on a logarithmic scale. Wrong. Assertion is correct, but reason is incorrect. How, sir? See, to know the relationship between area and species richness of wide variety of taxa like birds, bats, angiosperms and freshwater fishes, we have to take area A on x-axis and species richness of wide variety of taxa like birds, bats, angiosperms and freshwater fishes on y-axis. At that point of time, curve turns out to be a rectangular hyperbola or non-linear curve. Rectangular hyperbola or non-linear curve. But on logarithmic scale, curve becomes linear curve or straight line or log-log scale. Assertion is correct, reason is incorrect. Option 4. And question number 133. Which of the following is not an example of a narrow utilitarian argument of biodiversity conservation? First one, medicines. Medicines come under narrow utilitarian argument. Resins come under narrow utilitarian argument. Option 3, pollination. Pollination comes under broad utilitarian argument. Firewood comes under again narrow utilitarian argument. Except pollination, rest of 3 come under narrow utilitarian argument, but exclusively pollination comes under broad utilitarian argument. As per broad utilitarian argument, our broad utilitarian argument explains 3 ecosystem services. Number 1, oxygen. Amazon rainforests are commonly called lungs of our planet because Amazon rainforests can produce 20% of total global oxygen. Second one, pollination. Without pollinators, plants cannot perform pollination and cannot provide us fruits and seeds. And third one, walking through thick woods, watching spring flowers in full bloom, waking up to a bulbul's song in the morning. These 3 represent aesthetic values. Walking through thick woods, watching spring flowers in full bloom, waking up to a bulbul's song in the morning. These 3 represent broad utilitarian argument. And 135. Which of the following statements about biodiversity hotspots is incorrect? Absolutely option 4 is incorrect. Biodiversity hotspots put together cover more than 2% of Earth's land area. Wrong. Biodiversity hotspots cover less than 2% of land area, not more than 2%. Biodiversity hotspots cover less than 2% of land area, and biodiversity hotspots reduce the loss of biodiversity by almost 30%. Biodiversity hotspots cover less than 2% of land area, not more than 2%. And biodiversity hotspots reduce the loss of biodiversity by almost 30%. So answer 4 is incorrect. 136, match the column. A, citric acid. Citric acid is produced by Aspergillus niger. So A3. B, statin. Statin acts as competitive inhibitor. Statin inhibits the enzyme which is responsible for the synthesis of blood cholesterol, hence the name blood cholesterol lowering agent. And C, streptokinase 4, used in patients undergone myocardial infarction. Why? Because streptokinase acts like clot buster. And D, cyclosporin A, 2, used in organ transplantation. Cyclosporin A acts like immunosuppressive agent and commonly used in organ transplantation. So answer is 3. A 3, B 1, C 4 and D 2. And next question number 137. Assertion. Drones of honeybees do not have a father but have a mother. Absolutely correct. Reason. Drones of honeybees develop from unfertilized egg through a process called parthenogenesis. So here we can consider male parthenogenesis as arhenotoky. Assertion, reason both are correct, and reason correctly explains assertion. Answer is 1. 138 comes under botany. 139. The levels of which of the following hormones increase during follicular phase of menstrual cycle? Basically, follicular phase of menstrual cycle. Follicular phase is also known as proliferative phase. Here during follicular phase, GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone, and estrogen levels will be increased. So option 1 is correct. Next. 140. Assertion. If both the parents are heterozygous carriers, if both the parents are heterozygous carriers of sickle cell anemia, their offsprings may express the disorder. So we should analyze this as per assertion. If both the parents are heterozygous carriers of sickle cell anemia, male parent is a heterozygous carrier. Male parent is a heterozygous carrier. Even as per given question, female parent is also heterozygous carrier. So heterozygous carrier is represented as HBA, HBS. Female heterozygous carrier is represented as HBA, HBS. So here male can produce two types of gametes. 50% of gametes contain HBA, remaining 50% of gametes contain HBS. And female is also heterozygous carrier. Here also female can produce HBA and HBS contained gametes. So HBA versus HBS. HBA, HBA. HBA versus HBA. Next, HBA versus HBS. HBA, HBS. HBA versus HBS. HBA, HBS. HBS versus HBS. See, name all these. HBA, HBA, normal. HBA, HBA, normal but carrier. HBA, HBS, again, normal but carrier. HBS, HBS, affected. If both the parents are carriers, if both the parents are carriers, 25% of their progeny will be affected. In case of sickle cell anemia, if both the parents are carriers, 25% of their progeny will be affected. So that is why assertion is absolutely correct. Reason, sickle cell anemia is an autosomal dominant disorder. Absolutely wrong. Sickle cell anemia is a autosomal recessive Mendelian disorder. Sickle cell anemia is autosomal recessive Mendelian disorder. Here assertion is true, but reason is false. And the next one, remaining questions come under botany amma up to 145, 146, 147 botany. And question number 148. Without the involvement of natural selection, occasionally the frequency of alleles in a population may be subjected to change due to some chance events. An example for this is, Amma, basically in small populations, changes occur in frequency of alleles. By chance but not by selection. In small populations, changes occur in frequency of alleles by chance but not by selection is called the genetic drift. Here, genetic drift can be exemplified by founder's effect. Here, original drifted population becomes founder. And its effect is called founder's effect. It means founder's effect is closely associated with genetic drift. The frequency of alleles of descendants are similar to their founder. Rather than to their ancestors. Frequency of alleles of descendants are similar to their founders rather than to their ancestors. Here compared to remaining three options, most appropriate one is option 3. Next, 150, assertion. Ketonuria is one of the symptoms of diabetes mellitus. Accurately correct. Glycosuria, ketonuria, both are the indicators for diabetes mellitus. Assertion is true. Reason, deficiency of ADH or antidiuretic hormone causes diabetes mellitus. Wrong. Diabetes mellitus is caused by the deficiency of insulin, not ADH. Here assertion is true and reason is false. Answer is 4. And next one, question number 152. Read the following and choose the correct statements. Number 1, natural selection in which more individuals acquire value other than mean character value is termed as directional selection. Absolutely correct. In case of stabilizing selection, more individuals acquire mean character value. In case of stabilizing selection, more individuals acquire mean character value. But in case of directional selection, individuals acquire value other than mean character value. In case of disruptive selection, we can see peripheral character value. Just you people have to enumerate the differences among them. See, option 1 is correct. And 2, jawless fish evolved about 350 million years ago. No ambiguity at all, direct NCERT line. Option 1 and 2 both are correct. And according to option 3, Homo habilis was first to use hides to protect their bodies. Wrong. Not Homo habilis. Homo neanderthalensis or Neanderthal man was used hides to protect their bodies and buried their dead bodies. Option 3 is incorrect. Option 4, adaptive ability is never heritable. Wrong. Adaptive ability is genetic based. It means adaptive ability will be inherited. Adaptive ability will be inherited. Option 3 and 4 are incorrect and option 1 and 2 are correct. Answer is 2. Question number 153 comes under botany. 154, statement 1. When reptiles came down, birds took over this earth. Wrong answer. When reptiles came down, mammals took over this land. When reptiles came down, mammals took over this land. So that is why statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2, small sized reptiles of Mesozoic era still exist today. Direct statement amma. Most of the reptiles were evolved into both birds and mammals. Most of the reptiles were evolved into birds and mammals. But small sized reptiles of Mesozoic era still exist today. Statement 1 is correct and 2 is incorrect. Answer is 2. 156. Which of the following conditions increase binding of oxygen to hemoglobin at the site of lung surface? Absolutely option 2. Low hydrogen ion concentration. And next one, question number 160. Which of the following electrical events of the heart during cardiac cycle is not associated with ECG? In case of ECG, we can see atrial systole or atrial depolarization. We can see ventricular systole or ventricular depolarization. We can see ventricular repolarization or ventricular diastole. But in case of ECG, we can't see atrial relaxation or we can't see atrial repolarization. That's why answer is 3. Next, question number 162. A. End of atrial systole is the end of ventricular diastole. Absolutely correct. Everyone should analyze cardiac cycle in detail. You will get a clarity regarding this. A. End of atrial systole is the end of ventricular diastole. Right? Because in case of atrial systole, atria undergo contractions but ventricles undergo relaxation. According to option A, end of atrial systole is the end of ventricular diastole. Accurately correct. Because in case of atrial systole, atria undergo contractions but ventricles undergo relaxation. Ventricular relaxation is said to be ventricular diastole. B. End of ventricular systole is the beginning of joint diastole. Correct. C. End of joint diastole is the end of atrial diastole. Correct. D. End of joint diastole is the beginning of atrial systole. Absolutely correct. A, B, C and D are correct. 164. Hemidactylus. So Hemidactylus belongs to reptilia. So all reptiles are uricotelic because they excrete nitrogenous waste materials in the form of uric acid. Hence the name uricotelic. 166. The first 7 pairs of ribs are obviously bicephalic and vertebrosternal ribs. First 7 pairs of ribs are true ribs or vertebrosternal ribs. Dorsally, first 7 pairs of ribs or vertebrosternal ribs will be attached to thoracic vertebra, but ventrally, first 7 pairs of ribs or true ribs or vertebrosternal ribs will be attached to sternum with the help of hyaline cartilage. Basically, each rib has 2 binding sides or 2 articulating sides on dorsal side. Hence the name bicephalic. So answer is 2. Next, 168. White muscle fibers are characterized by. Direct question, answer is 2. Low resistance to fatigue. 170. Statement 1. The rise in the stimulus induced influx of sodium ions is extremely short-lived. 100% correct. So influx means migration of sodium ions from extracellular fluid into exoplasm, or movement of sodium ions from outside to inside is influx. So statement 2, this permeability to sodium ions is quickly followed by a rise in permeability to sodium ions. Immediately after influx of sodium ions, potassium ions will be migrated from exoplasm to ECM, called efflux of potassium ions. Immediately after influx of sodium ions, potassium ions will be expelled from exoplasm to ECM or from inside to outside, is called efflux of potassium ions. Here efflux of potassium ions reconstructs new resting period or new polarization. Here polarization occurs again, hence the name repolarization. Statement 192, both are correct. Next, question number 172. Statement 1. LH stimulates androgen secretion in males and promotes ovulation as well as the formation and maintenance of corpus luteum in females. Clear cut information. Statement 2. FSH and androgens jointly regulate spermatogenesis. Accurately correct. This question comes under chemical coordination and integration. Once go through pituitary gland and its hormones, you will get a clarity regarding this. Next, 174. Which of the following is a common physiological effect of thyroid hormones, androgens, cortisol, erythropoietin? Dear students, thyroid hormones like T3 are triiodothyronine, T4 are tetraiodothyronine or thyroxine, androgens are testosterone, cortisol and erythropoietin. All these hormones perform similar function, that is stimulation of erythropoiesis or stimulation of RBC production. Question number 176. Under different selection pressures, some organisms produce a large number of small sized offsprings, while others produce fewer but larger offspring. This difference represents strategies to achieve high R value. According to Charles Darwin, some organisms have high reproductive fitness called Darwinian fitness. Such organisms have a high R value. R stands for intrinsic rate of natural increase. The effect of both biotic and abiotic factors on population size is said to be intrinsic rate of natural increase. Next, remaining 178, 179 and 180 come under botany. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Thank you.
So good afternoon students. The G grand test one has happened. I hope so. You have practiced it well. First thing ma, take the examination seriously. It is a series of 10 grand tests asset. If you follow this grand test properly ma, we are planned this grand test so that they can match the level of the NEET examination. Don't get tense about the marks what you are getting, number of questions what you are making correct or wrong, but try to consistently improve the performance. First thing. Second thing, try to avoid the mistakes. Third thing, learn from the mistakes. Suppose you have done mistake in one particular area, revise that area by the end of that paper. Revise it after the end of the paper. And exam by exam, your mistakes has to reduce. Remember it. The purpose of examination is to make you correct, not to make you depress. Remember it. Okay then, first 3 questions are related to zoology part ma, and the 94th question what we are seeing here, both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Why? Because plants are partial heterotrophs such as insectivorous plants and parasites. See, these insectivorous plants are dependent on other organisms, that's why partially heterotrophs. Whittaker classification, no mention of lichens, viruses, viroids and prions. It is also direct question ma, correct. Next, question number 98, incorrectly matched. So, incorrectly matched is Eulothrix, first one itself. Remember, Eulothrix belongs to chlorophyll members. In them, the storage food material is oil droplets or the starch. Majority organisms are starch and few organisms are oil droplets. Volvox belongs to chlorophyll, starch is correct. Ectocarpus is having the fucoxanthin because it belongs to brown algae. Porphyra, it is red algae. Floridian starch is correct. Next. 99, assertion reason both are correct because in the cycas male cone and female cone will be present on 2 different plants. We can consider it as a dioecious, whereas monoecious condition we can observe in the pinus. Next, 100, the type of placentation in primrose. Primrose is going to be the free central placentation, dianthus and primrose. So, marginal placentation in pea plant, axial placentation in tomato, China rose and even lemon, parietal placentation we can observe in the mustard. Next, 102. If you observe the diagram here, that is a epigynous flower where you can see in cucumber. So, what they are saying incorrect they are asking. Third option is incorrect ma, it is not perigynous, it is epigynous. Next. Question number 106. Pericycle, one of the following initiates not only lateral roots but also vascular bundles. Yes, it is the pericycle character of dicot roots. Remember, dicot roots are having radial vascular bundles. Initially, they don't have any secondary vascular cambium. Vascular cambium is absent. But during the secondary growth, this pericycle form the vascular cambium. So, the dicot root can undergo secondary growth. At the same time, this dicot root, the pericycle going to form the lateral roots because it is a taproot system and the roots, the lateral roots are endogenous in origin. Next question is going to be 108, direct question, pollen grains are stored in 196 degrees Celsius. So, the next question 109, how many are associated with flowers pollinated by insect? Insect pollinated characters brightly colored is correct, nectaries is correct, nectar producing glands sticky pollen grains correct, feathery stigma it is wind pollination it won't occur, foul odor it is released to attract the beetles and flies it is also correct, mucilaginous covering is in the aquatic plants it is not suitable here and mucilaginous covering. Total 4 brightly colored, nectaries, sticky pollen grains and foul odor. Next question question number 112. Uridine is a kind of nucleoside. So, A2. Next, adenylic acid is a nucleotide B4. Pyrimidine, in this pyrimidine is going to be nitrogen base C1. Ribonucleic acid is a nucleic acid D3. So, option is third one. Next one who discovered the DNA for the first time? Nuclein, Friedrich Mischer, 1869. He identified the DNA as an acid substance inside the nucleus and he named it as nuclein. Next question 116, amino acids related amino acids are called alpha amino acids, correct? Because why this is correct surrounding to the carbon amino group and the carboxyl group are located on the same carbon. This carbon is called alpha carbon. Because of presence of alpha carbon and amino group, carboxyl group present on same carbon, these are going to be called as alpha amino acids. Next, 117, sequence of amino acids, positional information. Primary structure will give positional information, because primary structure amino acid is protein chain imagined as a line. This is the first amino acid, this is the last amino acid, left hand and right hand. 1, 2, 3 we can count it off. It is a positional information. Statement 2, quaternary structures of responsible for biological activities, they are saying no. For the biological activities absolutely necessary is going to be the tertiary structures along with the quaternary. In case of hemoglobin, quaternary structure also helping, but most important structure for biological activities is a tertiary structure, because in the tertiary structure it contains the active sites where substrate can bind. We have discussed this already. Next question. So 121, cristae is related to infoldings of mitochondria. A3, thylakoids related to plastids, plastid sacs. B4, centromere is the primary constriction. C1, cisternae is related to Golgi complex. Option is 1. Remember cisternae is related to Golgi. You have to remember this. Cristae belongs to mitochondria, infoldings of inner membrane of mitochondria. Keep in mind. Next, 123, which of the following incorrect they are asking. So, second option is incorrect now. Only 80s, they said for 80s 2 subunits are there, 60s and 40s. But 70s also having the 2 subunits. No, they mentioned only 80s, which is going to be wrong. Next, 125. In case of acrocentric chromosome, that centromere slightly away from the middle of the centromere. No, A is false. See, if the centromere is at the middle, that is metacentric. Slightly away from the middle, it is going to be submetacentric. Near to the end, it is going to be acrocentric. What they are saying, centromere is slightly away from the middle. This statement is applicable to submetacentric, not applicable to acrocentric. So, A is false. Kinetochores are structures present on the sides of centromere. So, B is correct, means R is correct. 126, related to pond ecosystem, which is incorrect. First option, first 2-3 words itself we can guess it out. There is no bidirectional movement of energy in any kind of ecosystem, whether it is a pond, terrestrial or aquatic, whatever, energy flow is always unidirectional. Here they are mentioning bidirectional, which is wrong. Next, 127, correct sequence they are asking. In this, the correct sequence is going to be crossing over. Sorry, not the crossing over, synapsis. Synapsis occurs in the stage of zygote. After that, pachytene. After that, diplotin. After that, diakinesis. This is the sequence. So, in this, crossing over will happen. In this, dissolution of synaptonymal complex will happen. And this is going to be terminalization will happen. So, as per this, synapsis C, crossing over B, D, separation of homologous chromosomes, terminalization A. C, B, no, separation they are saying homologous, okay, complete separation will happen in the fourth one, D. That is the thing. Next, actually this is happening here itself, first A, after that D. Next, question number 129. In meiosis 1, a bivalent is an association of, bivalent means a combination of 2 chromosomes, each containing 2 sister chromatids. So, it is a combination of 4 chromatids and 2 chromosomes with 2 centromeres. So, 4 chromatids and 2 centromeres. Fourth option is correct, ma'am. Which of the following is an example of man-made terrestrial ecosystem? Cropland. A plant has 16 bivalents in prophase. How many chromosomes and chromatids will be present in each gamete at this respectively? So, 16 bivalents they are saying, ma'am. 16 bivalents they are saying means you have to consider it is a 32 chromosomes. 32 chromosomes are there in the question. That is in the prophase 1 they are saying. Prophase 1. How many chromosomes and chromatids will be present at each gamete they are asking. So at the end of meiosis 1, 16 chromosomes will be separated. Each chromosome having 2 sister chromatids. So 2n will become n at the end of meiosis 1. Now they are asking in the gamete. Gamete means at the end of meiosis 2. Suppose this is producing 2 cells, this is producing 2 cells. So it is becoming like this. Here 16 chromosomes, 16, here also 16, here also 16 chromosomes are there. So this is after the meiosis 2 they are asking related to the gametes. So that in each cell of the gamete 16 chromosomes are there. Each chromosome contains only one chromatid, because remember in anaphase 2, that is a part of meiosis 2, sister chromatids are separated. So 2 chromatids containing chromosome will become single chromatid containing chromosome after the meiosis 2. So answer is 16 and 16. Next 134. What this phase is saying? It is a phase called anaphase. You can see, observe the chromosomes are moving to the opposite poles. So in this phase chromatids are going to split, centromere will split, sister chromatids will be separated. 134, second option. Next question 138, 137 sir has explained already. 138, PS1 and PS2 are named in the sequence of their function during the light reaction. No, 138 statement 1 wrong. PS1, PS2 named in the sequence of their discovery, not in the sequence of their function. Next statement 2, each photosystem has only one molecule of chlorophyll A forming the rate harvesting complex called as antenna. No, this is also false. Single molecule of chlorophyll A forms the reaction center. After that, whatever remaining pigments are there, they are present in the antenna complex, which you can call it as a light harvesting complex. Both statements are wrong. Next 140 already explained, ma'am. 141, not true regarding ATP synthesis through chemiosmosis in chloroplast, which is not true. So breakdown of electron gradient is not true. Actually it is a proton gradient will be broken down here, not the electron gradient not at all formed. So 141, fourth option is the answer, as they are asking, not true. 142, polymorphism in DNA are inheritable from parents to children. Yes, it is correct. Remember, polymorphism is important tool in the DNA fingerprinting technique. Polymorphism will be transmitted from parents to offspring first thing, and the same polymorphism will present in the entire body of the organism. Statement 1 correct. Statement 2, mutation in the germ cell does not affect reproduction. It will be transmitted to future generation. Yes, it is correct. If a mutation happening in germ cells, if that is affecting the reproduction, cannot be transferred to next generation. Next 143, Rubisco enzyme is present in bundle sheath cells of C4 plants. In the C4 plants, what we have to understand, there are two cells are there. One is mesophyll cell, another is bundle sheath cell. Here PEP will be there, here RUBP will be there, acceptor, and Rubisco enzyme is present in case of the bundle sheath cells. Pepcase enzyme is present in case of the mesophyll cells, because the process going on here is the C4 pathway, it is going to be the C3 pathway. So the question here, Rubisco enzyme present in bundle sheath cells of C4 plants where photorespiration does not occur. This is correct, statement 1 correct. Statement 2, photorespiration is suppressed in C4 plants due to high CO2 concentration at Rubisco. So both are correct and not the why photorespiration not occur. Okay, correct explanation. This is going to be 143, because Rubisco which is present here, these bundle sheath cells are impervious to gaseous exchange, and these are A granule cells. As they are A granule, there is no release of oxygen here because there is no light reaction. And from the mesophyll cell, the C4 acid is transported, releasing carbon dioxide to Rubisco. So for the Rubisco, only availability of CO2, there is no availability of oxygen. So that in bundle sheath cells, there is no photorespiration happens. So that in C4 plants, photorespiration is very negligible. That is correct and correct explanation. Next 144, alpha-lactalbumin. It is related to dominant human protein milk, alpha-lactalbumin A3. genetically engineered insulin is going to be reduce the risk of allergic reactions B2 because it is a rDNA technology produced medicine. Alpha interference, these are related to cancer treatment. Transgenic animals related to treat the Alzheimer's disease. SEMA for the studying of diseases, transgenic animals are useful. Cystic fibrosis, rheumatoid arthritis, cancer, Alzheimer's, for all these diseases we are using the transgenic animals as a models. Next, ETS 145, ET which is incorrect related. Fourth option is incorrect. Why fourth option? One molecule of NADH produce 2 ATP they are saying. Remember, NADH produces 10H plus ions from mitochondrial matrix to intermembrane space, that leads to 3 ATP. FADH leads to 2 ATP. They are given reverse, that's why fourth option is incorrect. Next, 146, antigen antibody interaction which is going to be ELISA test. Next, mobile electron carrier between 3 and 4, it is cytochrome C, direct question. Next question, development is considered as a sum of growth and differentiation. Growth and differentiation equals to the development, direct question. Next, so 151, gibberellins application increases sugarcane yield as much as 20 tons per acre. In the sugarcane yield will be increased by gibberellin spraying. Why? Because gibberellin cause internodal elongation, so that amount of sugar containing stem will be increased. So gibberellin may promote bolting in beet, cabbage and many plants with rosette habit. Correct, ma? Next, 153, petiole elongation in deep water. Deep water rice plants means ethylene, that is fixed. Only internodal elongation, that is relates in gibberellic acid. Petiole, internodal elongation and deep water rice plants, that is a character applicable to ethylene. Next, 155, single heterozygous dotted individuals. Single heterozygous, if you observe the Mendel dihybrid cross, straight line, these are double homozygous, 4 will be there, and this straight line double heterozygous, 4 will be there. Remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, these are all going to be single heterozygous. Single heterozygous, for example, they are like this. One will be heterozygous, another will be homozygous. So they will be 8 by 16, that is a 50%. It may be reverse also, capital Y, capital R, small r. This is also single heterozygous. So single heterozygous or single homozygous, we can also consider it as a monohybrids. How many are there? 8 by 16. So double heterozygous 4, single double homozygous also 4. That is the logic. Next question. Okay, which of the following is incorrect regarding the linkage? Fourth option is incorrect. Why? Because linkage is inversely proportional to crossing over or distance between the genes. What they are saying, directly proportional, that's why it is going to be wrong. Next question, 3 genes A, B, C control skin color in human beings. So small a, small b, small a, small a, small b, small b, small c, no melanin production. This will be the lightest skin color. Lightest skin color. If all are capitals, it will be darkest skin color. Darkest skin color. If they are intermediate, how they with the all are heterozygous, the color will be intermediate. That is the logic. So answer is the third one. Next, 161. DNA is a hereditary material unequivocally proven by Hershey and Chase. Who proposed DNA as a genetic material? Avery, MacLeod, McCarthy for the first time. But later unequivocally proven by Hershey and Chase. Next question, 163. Incorrect statement. So fourth option is directly incorrect statement. Why? Because DNA replication takes place in S phase, but they are saying M phase, which is wrong. 165. Lacoperon, constitutively synthesized gene. In the lacoperon, promoter, inhibitor, promoter, operator, Z, Y, A. 3 structural genes are there, 2 promoters are there, 1 regulatory gene is there. This regulatory gene is also called as a constitutive gene. I means it is always going to express, so that production of repressor is also always there is a synthesis of repressor. So, so always constitutively synthesized is repressor protein. Next one, 167. E. coli, positively charged DNA is held by negatively charged proteins. It is reverse, no, actually. DNA is negatively charged. It is held by positively charged proteins. Statement 1 wrong. Statement 2, virus having RNA genome have shorter lifespan, mutate and evolve faster. This is also correct, man. So, statement 1 wrong, 2 is correct. Post-transcriptional modification does not involve, they are saying. So, does not involve, first option if you see, they are saying removal of exons. Actually, exons to be added, attached, introns to be removed. That is reverse they are given. So, first option is incorrect. 171 in the lac operon, what they are saying? So, correct option they are saying. 3 structural genes are there, 1, 2, 3, correct. Glucose can act as inducer, no, B is wrong. So, A is correct, B is wrong. Why? Because lactose can act as inducer. Repressor protein is acting in the presence of lactose. No, C is also wrong. Repressor cannot act in the presence of lactose. Repressor will be inactivated. Next, repressor is synthesized by regulatory gene, they said. Yes, D is correct. So, as they are asking correct options A and D. Next one, during the process of separation of DNA, chilled ethanol is added to precipitate the DNA. After precipitation, it is the DNA will be removed by the technique of spooling. Next, 175 PCR related to amplification of gene of interest. A2 PCR. Next, B is related to separation and isolation. B3. C, downstream processes, separation and purification. C1, bioreactor. D is going to be culturing of host cells. 2, 3, 1, 4. First option. Next, which of the following not true related to gel electrophoresis? Which is not correct? First option. Presence of chromogenic substrate give blue color. In the gel electrophoresis, we are not using chromogenic substrate. The stain what we are using there is ethidium bromide. When you add the ethidium bromide, it will show bright orange color bands. Next, 178. First letter for naming the restriction enzyme is. So, it is going to be first letter. Suppose if you take the eco R1, first letter indicates the Escherichia genus. It is genus, and the second letter CO is related to coli. It is the species. Next, R is the strain, and the Roman number is order of isolation. Order of not discovery, it is order of isolation. So, first letter indicates genus, second letter indicates species, third letter indicates strain, fourth letter indicates order of isolation. So, answer is second option. 179, restriction site for PVU2 is present in. So, in the E. coli, if what do you say, PBR 322, if you observe PBR 322, what are the characteristics of cloning vector? First one is ORI, origin of replication. Second one is ROP, here proteins required for the replication. Here is going to be the first selectable marker, that is ampicillin resistance gene. Ampicillin resistance gene. Another side is another selectable marker, tetracycline resistance gene. So, in this two selectable markers are there. At one selectable marker here PST1 and PVU1 is there. Here is going to be BAMH1 and SAL1 is present. Next, here 3 will be there, 1 is going to be EcoR1, CLA1 and HIND2. EcoR1, CLA1 and HIND2. Here PVU2 will be there. So, what they are asking here? What they are asking, okay, PVU2 is present in ROP, proteins of replication. In the origin of replication, no one is there. Which of the following vectors have been used for introducing nematode specific genes in infected tobacco plants? It is going to be TI plasmid of agrobacterium. TI plasmid of retrovirus will be used to transfer the genes into animal cells. Meloidigyne incognitia is related to RNA interference. ROP, proteins of replication, will be related to PBR322. So I don't think so. Key changes are required, ma. Everything is fine. Once you go through the concept, ma, where you have done the mistakes, tomorrow examination will be sent to you the paper by evening or tomorrow morning. Once go through it, tomorrow afternoon again in the same time we will meet for the paper discussion. And within a 10 minutes, what is a chemistry paper discussion will start, ma. Wait for it. Thank you.
Okay, Amma, good afternoon, all of you. Now observe now here today's paper, grand test 1. We'll see questions now, discussion one by one. Question number 46, observe all of you. Question number 46 related to empirical formula calculation, right? How to do? First, percentage of carbon is given 54.4. Percentage of iodine is given how much? 9.9 percentage, right? Remaining percentage is oxygen. First, that is 100% there or not, we have to check. This 100% not there, right? So how much here? 9 plus 4, 13. Here 5, 9 plus 5, 14. 1 minute. Carbon is 54.54, hydrogen is 9.09, this hydrogen. First, what you have to do, this type of question, 100% there or not, we have to check. Yes, here 100% there or not means you have to add first total. 9 plus 4, 13, here 6, 9 plus 4, 13, here 1, that means 63.63, total is 100%. So carbon is 54, hydrogen is this one, remaining percentage is oxygen. Oxygen how to calculate? Percentage means 100. 100 minus 63.66, you do it, then you will get the some percentage, that is called oxygen percentage, that is X. So you will get the carbon percentage, hydrogen percentage, oxygen percentage. That you have to do first. Then followed by what you have to do? Find the number of moles. How to find number of moles? This is the atomic mass. That means percentage means mass of carbon. Carbon percentage divided by atomic mass 12. Hydrogen percentage 9.9 by 1. Oxygen percentage some X, that value, this value by 16. Then you will get the number of moles first. And that which one the least number of mole is there? Least number of moles, lower number of moles are there. That is divided by all. Carbon percentage, carbon number of moles, hydrogen number of moles, oxygen number of moles. Then you will get the one value. That value based on that you can write the empirical formula. Carbon with hydrogen and oxygen. If you know the empirical formula, they are given molecular mass. Molecular mass is equal to, that means molecular formula mass is equal to empirical formula mass into N, right? Molecular formula mass how much is given? 176. This molecular mass something will get you. Divide by this, then you will get the N. Multiply the N value, then you will get the answer is C8H16O4. That means first option you will get it, you know. So like this you have to do, that is called empirical formula. Second one, 47 question. The percentage loss in weight after heating pure sample of potassium chlorate. Potassium chlorate means that is called KClO3. On heating, it will decompose to KCl plus 3 by 2 mole of O2. This is on heating means which one loss? Oxygen gas will be evaporate. That means oxygen will be lost. So what they are asking now? The percentage loss of weight in after heating the sample. That means what here? KClO3, that molecular mass, initial molecular mass is 122.5 grams already given. Which one is loss? Oxygen. That means how many mole? 3 by 2 into 32. Right? What they are asking now? Percentage loss. Loss means this one they are asking. Percentage means 100. So 100 gram of KClO3 is how much will be lost? That is X. Then you do the cross multiplication. Why I taken 100 here? 100 means they said percentage. Percentage loss of gas. Gas means oxygen gas. So percentage means 100. 100 molecules are 100 grams. This how much percentage loss? Then do you have to do the cross multiplication? You will get the answer. So answer is around 39.18. That is option is 3. Now 48 observe now, this is the graph very important. First graph observe now, based on the graph. The amount of light emitted, intensity of radiation from black body and its spectral line distribution depends on the temperature. That means the amount of light is emitted. Light want to emitted mean that depends on temperature. Temperature will be increases, light will be emitted. So that the statement is correct. At a given temperature, intensity of radiation emitted increases with the increasing the wavelength. That is wrong. Decreasing in the wavelength. That means what? At given temperature, intensity of radiation emitted increases with decreasing the wavelength. So that statement is wrong. Next, see, as the temperature increases, maximum of the curve shifted to the longer wavelength. You observe this graph. This point so many times they ask. This is the temperature. This one is what? T2. This one is what? T1. This is called maximum of the curve. That is peak of the curve is called height of the maximum curve. That is called peak. This is the peak. This is called what? Wavelength, lambda. This is called what? Intensity. Then what happened? What they said now? At a given temperature, the temperature increases. What happened? Maximum of the curve. This is the maximum. This is the maximum of the curve. This is T2, this is T1. T2 is the higher temperature than T1. The higher temperature is the lower temperature. Temperature increases. Maximum of the curve shifted to the, this is the maximum, this is the minimum. Maximum of the curve shifted to the shorter wavelength, not longer wavelength. So they said longer wavelength, that is wrong. So shorter wavelength is correct. So that C also wrong. Next D. D is what? T2 is greater than T1. Yes. T2 is greater than T1. So correct. Final option is A and D. Next 49. The probability, this is related to Schrödinger equation. The probability of finding of an electron at a point within an atom proportional to the square of the orbital wave function. That means psi and psi square. Psi is called wave function. Psi square is called the probability function or probability density. This probability density, this will give the information about orbital, not orbit. Orbital. Orbital means the probability of finding of electron density is maximum around the nucleus is called orbital. That orbital concept is given by psi square. Once again observe now. What is orbital? Orbit means it is circular. The nucleus around the electron around the nucleus in a circular path. Electron is revolving around the nucleus in a circular path is called orbit. Now this is called orbital. Orbital means the probability of finding, probability means chance. The probability of finding of electron density is maximum. Maximum around the nucleus. If you take the nucleus, probability density I found here maximum only now. Around the nucleus only now. The probability of finding of this electron density is maximum around the nucleus is called as orbital. That orbital is given by concept is psi square. Psi square is called probability function, also called probability density. So that's why statement 1 is correct. Psi square is at any point of an atom gives the value of probability density as one. Correct only now. Psi square, this is the psi square. Psi square is the any point, yes, any point, here any point around the nucleus. It gives the value of probability density. Probability density is maximum. Right, that is correct. So statement 1 and statement 2 both are correct. Question number 50. Which of the following is the correct order? This is related to periodic classification, ionization enthalpy order. First option, beryllium, boron, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen. So this one to correct means highest one is beryllium, correct, boron is correct. Next one carbon, after nitrogen, then oxygen. Why this is only change here? Why this is only change here? So ionization enthalpy means this is half filled, here half filled. Half filled and full filled configurations are more stable. It required more ionization enthalpy than remaining one. So this order one correct means this one we. But they are given oxygen is more than nitrogen. So that is wrong. Electron gain enthalpy. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. That is called group. Highest electron gain enthalpy is chlorine. After fluorine, then bromine, then iodine. Why? Because this is why compared to less electron gain enthalpy because of small size. Small size, which one? Fluorine. Small size means more electron repulsion. More electron repulsion means we cannot add electron very easy. That's a less electron gain enthalpy compared to chlorine. So this order want to correct me, this is only now. First chlorine followed by fluorine, then followed by bromine, then followed by iodine, but they are given wrong. Next one. Third one, electron negativity value. This is wrong. That want to correct means lithium, sodium, potassium is equal to rubidium, then followed by cesium. This is the correct answer. It is want to correct, but they are given sodium equal to potassium, that experimental values. Otherwise, electronegativity value from top to bottom decreases. Ionization enthalpy also from top to bottom decreases. Next one, enthalpy of means second ionization enthalpy order, that is want to correct means this is only correct option, but incorrect means what you have to do? Neon, fluorine, nitrogen, oxygen, lithium. That means second ionization enthalpy. First you remove the one electron from the one atom, gaseous atom. After that second electron we have to remove. Second electron we want to remove means 2 point, 1 point you have to remove. Which one is a half filled, which one is full filled? Half filled and full filled configuration is the more stable than the remaining one. It required more ionization enthalpy. So that's why fourth option is correct option, remaining options are incorrect. If you want to correct me, this is only the options. So right, that is the 51. So 50 is fourth option, 51 question. Observe now next one. The cation with the greater charge will have the higher ionization enthalpy. Yes, greater charge. Cation is having the higher charge. Cation I am saying now. This type of points already told. Higher the charge of the cation, smaller the size. Smaller the size means more attraction. More attraction means we can't remove electron. It required more ionization enthalpy. This is the point. Higher the size of the cation, higher the charge. What they said? Yes, cation charge is higher. Higher the charge, smaller the size and more attraction, more ionization enthalpy. So the cation with the greater charge will have the higher ionization enthalpy. Correct. Statement 1 is correct. Next one, oxygen, there is a more electron repulsion in 2p orbital than the nitrogen. Yes, correct only now. Oxygen, nitrogen. Oxygen atomic number 8. 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Here 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, 7. Here what the valence electrons are? P orbital first observe now. Here P orbital has the 3 electrons are there now. That 3 is single electron. Here how many electrons are there? 4 electrons are there. Valence shell. This leave it now. 2s2, 2s2 common. Here P orbital in the 4 electron. Here P orbital having 3 electron. Which one is in the more number of electrons? Here more number of electrons. More number of electrons are there means more electron repulsion. So more electron repulsion which one? Oxygen than nitrogen. So that statement also correct. Finally, statement 1 and statement 2 both are correct. Next 52. Reactions are there given related to thermodynamics. First one, any compound in the burning in the presence of oxygen to form a carbon dioxide plus water is called as enthalpy of combustion. So fourth one. Next NaCl. NaCl is a solid compound you have to break down. It is breaking in the form of Na plus and Cl minus. That means the amount of energy is required to break the 1 mole of solid crystal into the ionic or gaseous form is called as enthalpy, lattice enthalpy. That's the third option. Next one. Fourth one observe no. Third one okay, we will get it to fourth one. H2O liquid to H2O gas. That means liquid is converted to gas. That is called evaporation. That means enthalpy of vaporization. Next one. Third option remaining one is enthalpy of reaction. So 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the 52. 53. Enthalpy of lattice enthalpy means enthalpy of lattice, enthalpy of hydration they are given of barium chloride. They are asking enthalpy of solution. Enthalpy of solution is equal to enthalpy of lattice energy plus enthalpy of hydration, means hydration enthalpy plus lattice enthalpy. hydration enthalpy plus lattice enthalpy is equal to enthalpy of solution. This is the formula. So, lattice enthalpy plus hydration enthalpy both will add, then you will get the enthalpy of solution. So, both will add, then you will get the option is 19, means second option, plus 1906 kilojoule per mole, right. Next one, 54. 54 is related to what? Equilibrium, solubility product. Solubility product means QSP, otherwise ionic product IP is greater than KSP. QSP or ionic product is greater than KSP, then precipitation will be occur. This is the condition. Three conditions are there. QSP greater than KSP, QSP less than KSP, QSB is equal to KSP. QSP greater than KSP means precipitation is formed, right. QSP less than QSP means KSP means precipitation will not occur. QSP is equal to KSP means what you call neutral, that is called equilibrium. So, first one CaF2, KSP already given, how much? One option I will tell you, remaining options you have to choose. 1.7 into 10 power minus 10, that is called KSP. Listen carefully what they said. Equal volumes of Ca plus 2 and Fa plus solutions are mixed. Equal volumes, volume is equal means concentration is off. How you know? Concentration is equal to N by V, right. Both are inversely proportional. Equal volumes means concentration will be half. Then what I can get? First one, Ca plus 2, first option join, first option observe now, then you will get it now. Remaining options also like that. Ca plus 2 concentration, that is 10 power minus 2 by 2. Why sir? Equal volumes are there, that means half. 10 power minus 2 means, that means what I can get? 1 by 2. 0.5 into 10 power minus 2, that means 5 into 10 power minus 3. That is the Ca plus 2 concentration. That means every option like that you have to do. F minus concentration. F minus concentration how much is given? 10 power minus 6. 10 power minus 6 by 2. Every time each option you have to do like that. Why sir? Why are you doing like that sir? Because concentration is off. Why concentration is off? Volume is equal. Then what I can get? Same. 0.5 into 10 power minus 6, that means 5 into 10 power minus 7. This concentration we have to take. KSP. How to find KSP? Sorry, QSP. How to find? Ionic product, that means what? Ca plus 2 plus F minus 2. Ca plus 2 concentration. 5 into 10 power minus 3 into this one. 5 into 10 power minus 7 whole square. Observe total. 5. 5 5s are 25. 25 into 5, 125. 10 power minus 7 into 2, 10 power minus 14. 10 power minus 14 into 3, 10 power minus 17. So, this one I am converting 1.25 into 10 power minus 15. That is what? QSP. Now, first option QSP is 1.25 into 10 power minus 15. But they are given 1.25 into 10 power minus 15. This one is given 1.7 into 10 power minus 10. That means this is KSP, this is QSP. Which one is more? KSP is more. KSP is more means, that means precipitation will not occur. That is the first option. Like that, remaining options also you have to do. Then you will get the answer is final option, third option, only third, only 3. Next one, 54 graph H2 plus I2 and 2HI. That means at equilibrium it attain. What happened? H2 and I2 reactants, HI is the product. H2 and I2, what happened? H2, I2 concentration will be decreases. That means reactant concentration decreases, product concentration is increases. After certain time, reactant concentration, product concentration will be same. Will be same mean that is called, that is meaning equilibrium is established. That meaning what? Observe here that diagram. H2 concentration like this. What happened? H2 concentration first decreases, at certain time it will maintain what you call equilibrium. Then again I2 concentration also will be decreased. Then what happened? Product concentration will be increase and maintain constant. These are called This is called equilibrium. This is increases, this is decreases, this is decreases. That is the graph. The graph is what now? Second one. 56. The pH of 0.1 solution follows salt increasing order. This is very important question, this type of model. Is related to salt hydrolysis. NaCN means first how it dissociate, Na plus and Cn minus, that you have to know. Na is coming from NaOH, Cn is coming from HCN. So this is strong base, this is weak acid. Acid loss of proton changes to conjugate base. Base gain of proton, base also loss of proton changes to conjugate acid. That means strong base, weak conjugate acid. Weak acid, strong conjugate base. In these two, which one is undergo hydrolysis? Which one is the strong? Cn minus is the strong. Cn minus is strong means hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means adding of water. You can get H2O, H and Cn, HCN will form. Extra what is there now? OH minus. OH minus means excess is what is there now? OH minus. OH minus means what? Acidica, basica. Basic. Basic means what happened? pH value is greater than 7. So highest one. That means this is a basic hydrolysis, that is called anionic hydrolysis. Next one, NaCl, Na plus Cl method is called neutral. Neutral means pH equal to 7. Next one, NH4Cl, observe. NH4Cl, same like this. NH4 plus Cl minus. NH4 is coming from NH4OH, Cl is coming from HCl. HCl is a strong acid, NH4OH is a weak base. Weak base means strong conjugate acid. Strong acid means weak conjugate base. So which one is undergo hydrolysis? Strong. So NH4 plus. NH4 plus on hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means adding of water. You can get NH4OH plus extra what is there now? H plus. That means this is called cationic hydrolysis. Excess is what is there now? H plus. H plus means what happened? pH value is less than 7. That means this pH is greater than 7, the pH is equal to neutral, pH less than 7. Next one, last one, HCl. HCl is a strong acid, pH is very less. So answer is, first one is NaCN greater than 7. Second one is neutral, NaCl. Third one is less than 7, that is called NH4Cl. Fourth one is HCl. This is the option. Which option? Second option. Next one, 57. C3O2. C3O2 carbon oxidation, that is 3x plus 2 into minus 2 equal to 0. What I can get? X equal to 4 by 3. This is called average oxidation state. That is 57. Now 58. Yellow precipitate for only phosphate means phosphorus, that is called ammonium phosphomolybdate. Blood red color means both sulfur and nitrogen. Both sulfur and nitrogen means FeSC and Y, that is called C. Violet color for only sulfur. Sulfur means what? FeCNOS. Prussian blue color is for only identification of nitrogen. So answer is finally B, C, D, A. 58. 59. The correct order of stability of given carbocation. Carbocation stability is increased by plus I plus M, electron releasing group, decreased by minus I minus M. So in this, which is highest? NH2. So groups I will tell, group I will write now. NH2 is a plus M and minus I. SO3H minus I minus M. C2H5, that is called plus I plus M. Next one, neutral. So In these 3, plus I, plus M and plus H also, ethyl, right? In this, which one is the more dominating factor? This one, NH2, because neutral ligand, that means B, the electron releasing group, followed by D, C2H5. SO3, SO3H is the electron withdrawing group decreases the stability of carbocation, that is D, that is what, C is last, in between A, that means the answer is first B, next to D, next to A, next to C, that is the option, second option. 60. CH3, C triple bond C, CH3, that is what, sodium in liquid ammonia. Sodium in liquid ammonia means Birch catalyst, you will get a trans addition, trans alkene, that is A. H2 in the presence of nickel, palladium or platinum, that means 1 mole, 1 equivalent is given, that is also you will get the alkene A, but alkene is which alkene? Cis alkene, that is B. A is the trans, B is A is the trans, B is cis. The correct statement with regarding A and B. A is higher boiling point than B, right? Boiling point is cis is more than trans. How you know? Boiling point depends on polarity. This point I already explained. Polarity, how can you decide? Dipole moment. Cis is more dipole moment than trans, because trans means opposite side cancelling each other. So here mu equal to 0, here mu not equal to 0. Mu equal to 0 means what you call non-polar. Non-polar means symmetrical molecule. Mu not equal to 0 means that is called polar. Polar molecule is the higher boiling point, non-polar molecule is the higher melting point. Observe here. A is higher boiling point than B, that is wrong. Next, B is higher melting point than A. B is higher melting point, so lower melting point than A. Next, fourth option, A is more stable than B. A is more stable than B. Yes, correct only. Trans is more stable than cis only, because trans is opposite direction. Opposite direction means what happened? Less repulsions. Opposite, same side means more repulsion. Less repulsions, more stable. So fourth option. Total number of isomers including stereoisomers of C6H14. C6H14 means this is called alkane. So how you know this general formula? C6 CnH2n plus 2, n equal to 2, 2 into 6, 12 plus 2, 14, that means alkane. So alkanes up to 6 carbons will not exhibit stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism want to exhibit means it required chiral carbon. Up to 6 carbon there is no chiral carbon. For in case of alkane, from 7 carbon onwards, this point keep in mind, from 7 carbon onwards it is having the stereocarbon, that is means chiral carbon, that means, so stereoisomers will not exhibit, only will exhibit structural isomer. C6H14, how many will exhibit? Total 5. How to know that isomers you have to draw? So I given 4 carbons 2, 5 carbons 3, 6 carbons 5, 7 carbons 9 isomers. Those are called stereoisomers. 7 carbons are there. Observe here. CH3, C, C2H5, C3H7. Observe. How many carbon total? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 2, total 7 carbon. This is alkane. This is the chiral carbon. How you observe? How you know? Carbon has the 4 different groups. That's it, will exhibit chiral carbon. So chiral carbon is there, that will exhibit optical isomerism. So alkanes want to exhibit optical isomerism means minimum how many carbons are required? 7 carbons are required. Up to 6 carbon there is no chiral carbon. That means there is no stereoisomers. So option is finally 5. 62. What they are asking, the shape of the cation and anion. BrF2 plus. Hint. Shortcut. Br group number 7 plus number of halogen 2. Cation charge plus means minus 1 by 2. 7 plus 2 9. 9 minus 1 8. 8 by 2 4. 4 means which addition? sp3. sp3 means how many bond pairs? These are the bond pairs. 2 bond pairs. Remaining 2 are what? Lone pair. 2 bond pair, 2 lone pair means what the shape? linear, two bond pair means what the shape? Bent shape. Next one, BrF4 minus, yes, group number 7, number of halogens 4, minus means you have to get plus 1 by 2, 8 plus 4 by 2, 6, 6 means how many bond pairs? 4 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs. Octahedral means shape changes to what? Square planar. So answer, bent and square planar. Next one, 63. What they said? Anti-bonding pi star. Pi star means, so px orbital and py orbital both will be the overlap. Plus minus, that means positive sign, negative sign. Same sign with the positive sign and negative sign. Observe here. Positive sign means addition, negative sign means subtraction. Positive sign is there means bonding orbital is formed, negative sign is there means what will form? Anti-bonding electrons will form. Anti-bonding means repulsion, then what happened? One of the orbital overlap lobe will be changed, like this will get it, like this means like this. This means this is plus, this is minus. This is minus, this is plus. Observe now. This is called what? Node. In case of one of the point, in case of anti-bonding molecular orbitals, nodes will be formed. What is the node? The region where the probability of finding of electron density is called as node. Sometimes they will have the question. Where will get the nodes? Nodes will get only most of the, where you will get anti-bonding means what you call sigma star and pi star. Sigma star, pi star will get the nodes. How will get? Anti-bonding electron with subtraction. With addition means what you will get? Bonding molecular orbital. This is called pi star. Pi means observe. Same plus minus, again plus symbol, then plus minus. That means what do you call? Same sign and positive addition. Same signs and addition. Same signs and subtraction. Same signs and subtraction you will get the anti-bonding. Same signs with addition you will get the bonding like this. Both will be overlap like this. Plus to plus, plus to minus. Minus to minus. Here there is no node. Node will not form where bonding. Node will form where anti-bonding. So option is third option. Next one, 64. KH value is given. Solubility order. So solubility order and solubility and KH value both are inversely proportional. P equal to KH into X. Henry's law constant. Henry's law. KH is equal to Henry's constant. X is called the solubility, that is called mole fraction. Mole fraction in terms of solubility, right? So what I can get? P by X is equal to KH. What a relation? KH and X inversely proportional. Higher the value of KH, lower the solubility. Lower the value of KH, higher the solubility. So option based on that we have to see. Next one, 65. Can ensure isotonic with the 1.52 solution of thiocarbamide. Thiocarbamide molecular mass we have to calculate. 6.84. That meaning what? 6.8 gram of the solute present in 100 gram of the solution. 100 ml of the solution. That means W by V. Right? They said isotonic. Isotonic means what? Pi 1 is equal to pi 2. Pi is equal to what? CRT is equal to CRT. That means C1 RT is equal to C2 RT. RT gets cancelled. That means C1 is equal to C2. Right? Otherwise multiplied with I. IC1 RT is equal to IC2 R2. I means 1.5 factor. Both cane sugar and thiourea. That means thiocarbamide. Thiocarbamide it is like a urea. Both are non-polar solvent. Non-polar means N value is, I value is 1. So concentration means what? N by V. N by V. N means weight by molecular weight. Weight how much here? 6.84 by molecular mass how much here? 342 into V in volume means 1 liter only. That is means 1000 by 100. this is equal this one. Same 1.52 by x we don't know, 1000 by 100. This cancel, then you multiply that, then do the cross multiplication, you will get the option is 76. There you go. Next one, electrochemical equivalent of AU. Conversion they are given. This is related to electrochemistry, right? Electrochemical equivalent, how to find equivalent weight, how to find out atomic mass by valency factor, also called N factor, also called valency. Here valency is how much here? AU. AU converted to what? Cn is reacting. Converted to what? AU Cn twice minus 1. That means your elemental state, oxidation state of AU, Rm is 0. Your Rm is how much? X 2 into minus 1 equal to minus 1 because cyanide is minus 1. So x equal to how much I can get? Minus 1 plus 2, that is called, will get plus 1. That means here Rm is plus 1. Change in oxidation state how much? Change means higher value minus lower value. Higher value is plus 1, lower value is 0. 1 minus 0, how much here? 1. That change is called as valency factor. Number of electron transfer. Number of electron change. Number of electron transfer is called valency factor. That means valency factor or equivalent weight is equal to atomic weight by valency. That valency is called N factor, also called number of electron transfer. Atomic weight how much they are given? Already given. How much? 197. Valency factor is how much? By 1. So 197 by 1, that is equal 197. Next one. 67. K plus Al plus 3 SO4 minus 2 X, Y, Z they are given. So how many K's are there? 2K. Dissociation. 2K plus SO4 2 minus plus 2Al plus 3 plus 3SO4 minus 2 plus 24H2O. 22H2O don't want to consider now. So K related to X, that means how many K's are there? 2X, right? Aluminum related to Y. Aluminum how much is there now? 2, that means plus 2, 2Y. How many sulfurs are there? 3 plus 1, 4, that means 4Z. Then you have, that's the answer now. First dissociation, then you have to join. Number of cation, number of anion, total. So 2x plus 2y plus 2, 4Z, you will get that compound. So second option. Next to 68. Second option, oh great. Assertion. Activated complex for the forward reaction will have the lower energy than that of backward reaction in the exothermic reaction. Observe. This is the reaction. This is called exothermic reaction. This is called activated complex. This is called activation energy. This is called threshold energy. This is called energy of the reactant. This is called energy of the product. Threshold energy, activation energy. This is called activation energy. Activation energy of forward reaction, activation energy of backward reaction. This is called what? Activated complex. That means activated complex for the forward reaction will have the lower energy than the top for the backward reaction in the exothermic reaction. Whatever the reaction, this is the exothermic, reactant to product means forward, product to backward means product to reactant means backward. Both forward to backward, activated complex, activated energy will be same. What will be different? Activation energy will be different. Your activation energy will be low, your activation energy will be high. In case of which one? Exothermic. This is the exothermic reaction. So that statement is wrong. Reactants have the greater energy than the products from the exothermic reaction. Yes, reactant. This is the reactant energy. From here, starting here to here, that is called reactant energy. From this to this is called product energy. This is product, this is reactant. Which energy is more? Reactant energy is more than product energy. Yes, correct. So finally, A is wrong, R is correct. 69. So what they given A plus B constant they are asking now, right? This is how to find this type of question, very important. So first rate you have to write, rate is equal to K into concentration of A, concentration of B, this is X, this is Y. This is called stoichiometric power, stoichiometric ratio. The stoichiometric ratio is not equal to this power. These powers are called order. That order we have to calculate. That order is experimental value by using experiment. So X order we want to find out means Y must be constant. Y you want to find out means X must be constant. Like that we have to choose the given equations, given table. First I am going to find the Y. Y means X must be constant. X must be constant means what? X is concentration 1 and 3, experiment 1 and experiment 3. Experiment 1 rate, just I will tell the one equation, rate. First rate is equal to what? 10 power minus 3, 1 equal to K into concentration of A, 1.6 into 10 power minus 3 power X. B concentration 5 into 10 power minus 2 power Y. This is equation 1. Next rate 1 and 3. This is equation 1. 3. Rate how much? Rate 2 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to K into concentration of A is how much? 1.6 into 10 power minus 3 power X. B concentration how much? 10 power minus 1 power Y. This is equation 3. Divide 1 by 3. So this cancel. 10 power minus 3, 10 power 3 minus cancel. That means this is 1 by 2. Right? Now here what is there now? 5 into 10 power minus 2, just 10 power minus 1 is there, then multiply and divide by 10 because power must be equal. So what I can get? 10 by 10, multiply and divide by 10. So 10 power minus 2, 10. Then what I can get? 1 by 2 equal to 5 into 10 power minus 2 here. This 10 will come up 10 power minus 2 into 10. 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 2 cancel. Then what you can get? This is 1 by 2. Right? That is also called 1 by 2 power x. Now bases are equal. Bases are equal means you have to equate powers. Powers x equal to how much here? 1. That means x is first order. X is first order. Right? X or y? Not x, this is y. Sorry. Y is first order. Y is first order. Now x is like this, you have to find like that. X you want to find means y must be constant. That means first y concentration y, 1 to 2, equation 1 and equation 2 you will get it now. So what I can get? X concentration is 2 you will get. That means x order is you will get 2. Final order is R is equal to K into concentration of A power 2 and B. Order of A is 2, order of B is 1. How you know? B is related to Y, X is related to A. That means that is the only answer you will get it now. So 70, like this you have to do. Question number 70. Match the following. V2O5 vanadium pentoxide. Vanadium pentoxide we have to use in oxidation of sulfur dioxide in manufacture of sulfuric acid. Correct. Titanium tetrachloride and aluminum trialkyl aluminum, that is called Ziegler-Natta catalyst. Ziegler-Natta catalyst you have to use in polymerization. Polymerization of what? Alkene. Polymerization of alkene. Next to PDCl2, that is used in PDCl2 used in the oxidation of ether into ethanol, that is called Walker's process. Walker's process, that is called palladium chloride, Walker's process. Nickel complex means strong reducing agent. Strong reducing agent means alkyne 2, alkyne 2, direct alkane. So answer is C, D, A, B. Next one. 71. All Cu halides are known except iodide. Correct only. Why? Cu2 is oxidized. Cu plus 2 is oxidized to what? I minus 2 to I2. This is the relation. This is the reason. Cu plus 2. What happened now here? Cu plus 2 halides are known. That means copper plus 2 oxystates are known. means that we can identify Cu plus 1 oxidation state, that means except to iodide. Why? Because copper is oxidized from iodide to I2, that is the reason. What I said. Next point, that is statement is correct. Increasing order of oxidizing power, VO4, that is what? 3. Cr2O7, that is called 6. MnO4 means that oxidation state is 7, that is also increasing order. 7, 6, 3. So that statement also correct. So that means finally statement 1 and statement 2 both are correct. Next one, 72, name. PT, NH3 twice, Cl, NH2CH3, followed by what? Outside, what is there? Cl. This is called methanamine, oxidation state 0. This is also amine, this is 0. This is minus 1, this is minus 1. That means minus 2, that is called oxidation state is plus 2. Oxidation state is what? How much? Plus 2. First, this is amine A, chloride C, methanamine M. Alphabetical, different types of ligands are there, you should follow alphabetical order. Ligands, right, followed by central metal atom, followed by oxidation state, followed by counterion. So, which one is come first? Amine, diamine, chlorido, methanamine, platinum, oxidation state is 2, platinum 2, chloride. That is the option. So, first option, 72. Next, 73. The correct order of the following crystal field strength. First one, observe. First point. Crystal field stabilization energy depends on first point is what? Chelated ligands. Chelated ligands are more splitting than mono and monodentate ligand. That means polydentate ligand, di or polydentate ligands are more crystal field splitting energy than monodentate ligand. That is the first point. Second point, if coordination number 6 is there, that means coordination number 6 is more than coordination number 4. That means coordination number 4, octahedral complex are more splitting than tetrahedral and square planar complex. That is the second point. Third point, if charge, higher the charge, complex is same, higher charge is more splitting than lower charge. These are the points. Splitting energy depends on these three factors. One is chelation. Chelated complexes are more stable than monodentate ligands. Second one is coordination number 6. Octahedral complexes are more splitting than tetrahedral or square planar. Third one is higher the charge, higher the stabilization energy, higher the charge. So, higher charge is more stabilization energy than lower charge. Lower charge, not size. These only points. These 3 points based on that option is second option. Why? Because En means what you call bidentate ligand. Bidentate ligand means what will form? Chelation. Right. Next one. CONH36, NH36 both are octahedral complex, but one is plus 3 charge, other one is plus 2 charge. Higher the charge, plus 3. Next one is coordination number 4. So, final one is 73, second option. Next one, 74. Cl with the KOH. KOH means first what you have to do, this one halogens are good leaving group, that halogen will you remove, and what I can get means positive charge. Halogen is eliminated as a halide ion, Cl minus, then carbon get the positive charge, that is called carbocation. This intermediate is carbocation, right? Here what happened, ring expansion will take place. Ring expansion here, how many carbon rings are 5-membered ring? 5-membered ring is, here possibility to expand means we will get 6-membered ring. 6-membered ring is more stable. That's why it will be expand. This carbon will be attached to here. That means number you give not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon ring. That means extra 1 carbon outside. Anywhere you can get. This is the positive charge. Now 5-membered ring is expanded to 6-membered ring. That is called ring expansion. That is called rearrangement. Rearrangement. 5-membered ring is expanded to 6-membered ring. So because 5-membered ring is less stable compared to 6-membered ring, then what happened? Next you are going to add OH. So answer is this is the option, fourth option. Now question number 75. The correct order decreasing order of reactivity of the order of alkalides of SN2. Yes. Iodide is more than bromine than fluorine because of large size. First option correct. Allyl and benzyl halides are show the high reactivity towards SN1. Correct only now. Because allyl and benzyls are allyl carbocation, benzyl carbocation. Both are involving in resonance. That is correct. SN1 reaction generally carried out in polar aprotic solvent. Yes. SN2 polar aprotic solvent. That is also correct. Boiling point of 2-bromobutane is higher than the 2-bromo-2-methyl propane. This one point observe now. 2-bromobutane. Then 2-methyl 2-bromobutane. Both are in the carbon having the same molecular formula but different in carbon chain. It is a straight chain, it is branching. Carbon chain increases, boiling point increases. Right? So that's why this is correct only now. So that option also correct. Answer is A, B, C, D. Now 76. Benzene with CH double bond CH2. What they given? HBr with C6H5CO2, that is called peroxide. HBr addition with peroxide, it follows anti-Markovnikov rule. Then what I can get? CH single bond CH2, here Br, here hydrogen. Anti-Markovnikov rule. Why anti-Markovnikov rule? They are given benzyl peroxide, that is called condition. Then followed by aqueous NaOH. Aqueous NaOH means Br is replaced by OH. And what I can get? CH2, OH. So 76, first option. Now 77. Observe now. This related to what? Grignard reagent. A is found with CH3, Br with aldehyde, that will get secondary alcohol. Methanol with Grignard reagent, observe clearly what I am saying. Methanol with Grignard reagent is primary alcohol. Other than methanol with Grignard reagent is secondary alcohol. Ketone with Grignard reagent is tertiary alcohol. Observe here, first one, Grignard reagent with ethanol, that is called secondary alcohol. That means A is secondary alcohol. B with what? Grignard reagent with formaldehyde, that means methanol, that is called primary alcohol. Ketone, that means acetone with Grignard, that is called tertiary alcohol. C is tertiary alcohol. In this which one? Lucas reagent, option they are given. Right? B gives turbidity with anhydrous AlCl3 and concentrate cell is called Lucas reagent only after heating. That means B is which alcohol? Primary alcohol. Primary alcohol less reactive, tertiary alcohol is more reactive. Lucas reagent means tertiary alcohol is given immediately. Secondary alcohol after 5 minutes. Tertiary alcohol is after heating. So option is second option. Next one, 78. But1ene to 2-chlorobutane. That means but1ene to 2-chlorobutane 4. That means what? HCl. Next one, 2-chlorobutane to butane 2-ol. That means chlorine is replaced by OH. That means aqueous KOH. Next one, butane 2-ol. Butane 2-ol. Butane 2-ol with sodium propanoate and iodoform. That means NaOI. NaOI means how can you get? NaOH plus I2, you will get NaOI, already I told you, plus HI. NaOI and HI, this is called NaOI. NaOI is there, that meaning it is form iodoform reaction. Next one, sodium propanoate to ethane. Sodium propanoate to ethane means what? Soda lime, NaOH plus CaO, that is called decarboxylation. That is only the fourth option finally. Next 79. Toluene with chromyl chloride, that is called A is called what? Benzaldehyde, that is called Hettard's reaction. Followed by HNO3 and H2SO4, that is called nitration. Electrophile is NO2. Electrophile is what? NO2. This benzaldehyde is a electron withdrawing group, minus I and minus M. Plus I plus M is there. Electrophile move to ortho para. Minus I minus M is the electron move to meta directing group. That's why answer is what? CHO with NO2, meta nitro benzaldehyde. Next one, question number 80, HVZ reaction. HVZ reaction, chlorine, red phosphorus followed by H2O. HVZ means alpha halo acid. Carboxylic acid, next carbon is alpha. So second option, third option. Next one, 81. Consider the following reaction. Choose the reaction in which N2 gas is produced as the byproduct. N2. First one is cuprous chloride. There also N2 gas will get. That is called Sandmeyer reaction. N2 plus Cl, there also will release. Second one, H3PO2 also will release. That will get the benzene. H2 also will release. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. All will release the which one? N2 gas. 83. Compound which does not react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. Which does not react with benzene sulfonyl chloride is called Innsberg reagent. Innsberg reagent uses what? Distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary. Innsberg reagent with primary will get one product, second also will react, but tertiary amine will not react because absence of hydrogen. So in this option, which one in the tertiary is there? Fourth option, that's what, fourth only. Right. Next one is 83. Which of the following is the correct structure of L-fructose? Observe 83 what I am saying. Already we know D-fructose. Actually in our syllabus D-fructose is there. D minus fructose. L-fructose means whatever the configurations of OH groups are there, OH group exactly opposite to the D-fructose structure. D-fructose structure exactly opposite to L-fructose. Means OH right side is there, you have to write left side. OH left side is there, you have to write right side. That is only called L-fructose. So option is third option. 84. Hint. This type of question already given yesterday. Identify the essential amino acid. Compulsory question. Essential amino acids I will tell you. MTV, ITEC pila. This is the hint. Based on this, these are called essential amino acid. Other than these, remaining are called non-essential amino acid. Like this, you have to identify. 85. Brown ring test for the identification of nitrate ion. This is what total information about what you call salt hydrolysis, practical part. Chromoyl chloride test for the identification or confirmation of chloride ion. Sodium nitroprusside test for only sulfur. Starch iodide paper is for NO2, nitrite, NO2 and NO3. Observe now. This is called nitrate. This is called nitrite. Nitrate ion for what? Brown ring test. This one. This one for what now? What you call starch iodide test. Next one. This is also 86 also related to what you call salt hydrolysis, means salt analysis. CO plus 2 cation groups you have to know. CO plus 2 cation is the fourth group. Fourth group is H2O gas, presence of NH4OH. Fe3 plus third group, that means two groups are there, 0 to 6 groups are there. That cations you need to identify. So which group you know that, then you will get the reagent. Cu plus 2, that means second group. Next one, Mg plus 2, last group, sixth group. That reagent you have to know. Next, correct order of catenation. Catenation power. Highest catenation is carbon. Catenation power, linking capacity. The total periodic table highest catenation is carbon, followed by silicon. Next one, experimental value, germanium and tin is related to P block. Right? NEET exam compulsory. One or two questions from practical part. One or two questions from P block. So this is one of the P block. Next 88 also P block. Boric acid is a weak acid. Boric acid you should know first. H3BO3 is a boric acid, is a weak acid. Why? H3BO3 I can write BOH thrice. That is what I know. It is on reacting with water. What will form? BOH4 minus, that is tetrahedral, and release H plus ion. That means H3BO4 is a weak acid. It will not release H plus ion itself. Itself it will not release. When it will release? When reacting with water molecule to form a tetrahedral complex BOH4 minus then H plus. That H plus is giving, who is giving? Water, not boric acid. Why sir? It will not release because this is very less electronegative. Means OH attached to less electronegative atom. So what they given? Observe now. Boric acid is a weak acid. Correct. Because it is not giving H plus. Correct only. Statement assertion correct. Boric acid is not able to release H plus ion on its own. Correct. On its own it will not release. When it receives the lone pair from OH. OH means OH is coming from what? Water. So that's what. This is the option. So assertion correct, reason correct, explanation also correct. Next one. 8990. Observe now. Standard reduction potential they are given strong oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So hint I will give you. Higher SRP is a cathode. Cathode means what will happen? Reduction. Cathode undergo reduction. Reduction means it is acting as a oxidizing agent. Lower SRP based on the
Good evening, my dear students. Today is the first grand test paper. So let us discuss the paper questions and answers. And here the first question is the angular speed of the earth. So about its own axis is they are asking about its own axis. Angular speed formula what? Angular speed formula, question number 1, let us go. Angular speed formula, omega is equal to 2 pi by t, where t is time period of the earth. So to find out the angular speed, we need to find out the time period. So what is the question? The angular speed of the earth around its own axis. To rotate once about its own axis, the time taken by the earth is 24 hours, means 1 day. So but those expressions you see and options you see, those are radian per second, means the 24 hours we have to convert into seconds. Therefore now what? That is equal to 2 pi by 24 hours. 24 into, to convert into hours into minutes, that is a 60. Again each minute is equal to 60 seconds. Therefore that is a 60. After completion of that you can get the answer. That is equal to, after simplification. So fourth option is the correct number, that is equal to pi by 864.00 radian per second. Just simplification I am leaving to you only. Just I will give the formulas for the small questions. If it is anything requires that, I will explain that answer. Therefore now this is the first answer. And the second question is, so second question what they have given now. So here the angular speed of the earth is over. Now the initial velocity of the particle, so u bar is given. U bar is equal to 2 into I cap, means initially particle travels along the positive x-axis, and acceleration of the particle is a bar is equal to, that is a 4 j cap they have given, means the acceleration acts along the y-axis. The speed of the particle after 0.5 seconds. Therefore time t is equal to, so 1 by 2 seconds they have given. Therefore velocity in vector form generally, so according to kinematic equation we know that v is equal to u plus at, because it is the uniform acceleration. This acceleration, besides of the 4, there is no any time function like 4t square, 4t cube or 4 by t like that. If it is 4t square, 4t cube, we can say that is a non-uniform acceleration, but so we can confirm along the y-axis acceleration is a so constant and uniform. Therefore for uniform acceleration, the first kinematic equation in vector form is the v bar is equal to u bar plus a bar into t, that is equal to 2 I cap plus 4 into, that is 1 by 2 j cap. Therefore after simplification you can get 2I plus 2j. Therefore this is the final velocity vector. It is the velocity vector. So if they will ask what, that is the speed of the particle, means the options in the question are not in the form of vector form, those are in the form of magnitude, speed. Therefore now what you can find out, v is equal to under root of, so x square plus y square, and that is equal to under root of 2 square plus 2 square, and after simplification you can get v is equal to, that is 2 root 2 meter per second. Therefore this is the speed of the particle after half second, means what? That is a 1 by 2 second. Then the third question is, question number 3 is, so here the angular displacement of the particle so changes as a function of time. T is equal to what? T is equal to a plus bt plus ct given, right now this is the angular displacement of the particle. Then angular velocity as a function of time they are asking. So what is the angular velocity? Rate of change of angular displacement. Therefore omega is equal to, so d theta by dt, that is equal to, if you differentiate this becomes 0, this is the b, and this is 3ct square. Therefore now omega is equal to, we can say that is equal to b plus 3 ct square. So this is the angular velocity of the, so given, and therefore now second option is the correct answer for that. If in the same question, if they will mention what is the angular acceleration, now alpha is equal to d omega by, so dt, that is equal to, you can get 0 plus 6 ct, you will get that answer is what, 6 into ct. And so in sometime questions they will ask at 2 is equal to 2 seconds or t is equal to 1 second, substitute the t value and you can get the answer for that. Okay. Therefore, this is the third question. Now the fourth question is now, so which of the following pair has the same unit, means what, 4 options given, which of the pair of the given physical quantities having the same unit. Energy and power, energy is different quantity, power is different quantity, and angle and relative density, no, because angle and relative density same unit. Actually in general, angle is equal to theta is equal to circumference length by, so means length of the arc by radius you will take, both are having the dimension, but radian, this angle having the SI unit of the radian, but relative density, right, there is no unit. Therefore now what, impulse and momentum, impulse is equal to what, force into change in time, and momentum is equal to, so change in momentum is equal to m into v. Therefore if you equate them compulsory, third option is the correct answer, and you know change in momentum is called as the impulse. Therefore now what, the fifth question is, let's go for the fifth question, it takes a lot of sum. Therefore they are given, so total 3 conductors, those are the 3 conductors they have given. Right. Now here in the first conductor, the current is getting down, that current, for example, let me take, that is I2 is equal to, that's 2 ampere given, and the current in first conductor is it is a 4 ampere, I1 is equal to 4 ampere, and therefore now what, so it's going, therefore this is the x distance between them, and this is the 2x they have given, and so the current in the third conductor is 8 amperes, which is going upside, idu I3, let us take nana. Now they said these are the infinite long conductor, and already we have discussed this point and we have given one problem also based on this. So what is the net force on this second conductor, I mean on the B they are asking. Now tell me, these 2 conductors are what? These 2 conductors are, both are having the opposite current. When both are having the current opposite direction, so they are repulsive or attractive? Repulsive, because for the 2 long conductors, if the currents are in the same direction, they will so attract each other, and if the currents are in opposite direction, so they will what? Repel. Therefore now what you can say here, the current on this one, this is the, so if you take, this is the first one, second one, and idu third one, therefore now you can say idu F12, for example, if you take one small current element, that current element length of much L, therefore now what, force acting F12 is equal to, so what, that is the mu naught by 4 pi, magnetic force 2I1 I2 by x into that infinite length L. Therefore if you substitute there, so mu naught by 4 pi, so into 2 into I1 value, that is the 4, I2 value, that is the 2 by x into L. Finally we will get what, is equal to 16 into mu naught by 4 pi, so into L by x, let us suppose equation number 1, and it is acting what, this direction. Now similarly on this one, so again these 2 are in the opposite direction. When 2 currents are in opposite direction, the force is again repulsive. Therefore now what, this is the F, let us take, this is the F21 and this is the F21, and here, so better therefore if it is a F23, means force on the second conductor due to the third. So what we can get, therefore now F23 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2 into I1 is equal to, how much they have given 2 na? Yes, 2 into, that is 8 by, distance between them is 2x. Separation between them is 2x. Formula is there, no? According to the formula, F is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 I1 I2 by R into elementary part L. Therefore now into what? Into L you can take, and this one 2 to get cancelled. Again is equal to what? 16 into, so mu naught by 4 pi into what? Into, that is equal to what? L. This is equation number 2. Once if you think of it, both forces are equal and opposite direction, you check it. So therefore this force is 16 into mu naught by 4 pi L by x. This force also 16 into mu naught by 4 pi into L. Therefore now both are equal but opposite in direction. Therefore now what? If you take this force is F1, F21 is acting along the positive x axis. Therefore now I will take this as I cap. And if this force, if you take in the vector form F23 bar is equal, then you can say this is what minus I cap. Therefore net force F net force, if you add up them, F21 bar plus F23 bar is equal to compulsory what? 0. Net force is equal to 0 because both are the force acting on the second conductor is equal and opposite to the by the other. So 2 conductor. Therefore now what? So 0 is the correct answer. Next sixth question is, if a constant force is applied on a body at rest, body is at rest, you are applying a constant force. So constant force means what? Acceleration is also constant. Right or not? Therefore, when the force is constant, what is the force? F is equal to m into a. So when the force is constant, acceleration is equal to constant. When acceleration is constant, so what? Velocity, so linearly increases according to equation v is equal to u plus h. Therefore now what? Velocity of the body will be constant. No, velocity is increases linearly. Rate of change of velocity will be constant. That rate of change of velocity nothing but acceleration only. Therefore second option is the correct. Momentum will be constant. No, because when the body, what is the momentum? Momentum is equal to mass into velocity. When the velocity changes, therefore momentum also changes. Third option also not correct. Only the suitable option for this question is what? Second one. And fourth one, kinetic energy will be constant. When the velocity is constant, momentum and kinetic energy, they are constant. But if the velocity is variable, momentum and kinetic energy both are so changes only because momentum formula P is equal to m into v. Therefore m is so increases means what? Momentum also increases, and kinetic energy formula K is equal to half mv square. So due to the action of the force, velocity increases and kinetic energy also increases. Therefore now what? Velocity, kinetic energy, momentum, they do not constant, all are variable only. Next, seventh one. An electric dipole is placed in a uniform electric field. Which of the following is correct? Net force on the dipole must be 0. Net torque must be 0. Net force on the dipole must be non-zero. Net torque must be non-zero. They have the question. So whenever a uniform electric field, so whenever you are keeping a dipole in the uniform electric field, compulsory net force acting on the dipole means what? So the force acting on the positive charge particle is plus q into E bar. The force acting on the negative charge particle is given by minus q. Therefore these are the two equal and opposite forces acting on the dipole. Therefore this is the force because both electric fields are the same. Why? Because that is a uniform electric field. So therefore now the force acting on the positive particle is plus q into E. The force acting on the negative charge particle in the given dipole is minus q into E. Therefore now you can say the net force acting on the dipole is always equal to 0. There is no doubt. It is a theoretical point. Next, let's go for the question number 8. If percentage error in the measurement of the side of a cube is 2% and its mass is 3%, then the maximum percentage error in the measurement of the density they are asking. Therefore now what you can say here? So here density formula what? Rho is equal to, now this is the question number 8. Density is equal to what? Mass by volume of the cube. You can take m is equal to L power 3 m. Therefore now what? The percentage change in density delta rho by rho into 100 is equal to here 1 into percentage change in the mass, right, plus here L power 3 they are asking that maximum. Therefore 3 into delta L by L into 100. So this is the expression for that. If you solve 1 into percentage change in the mass, how much they have given? That is equal to 3%. Now percentage change in the, so 3 into percentage change in the length is given, so 2%. Therefore that is equal to, so 3 plus 6 is equal to total 9% is the answer. This is the simplest question number. That is the errors concept in the units and measurement. That is the formula for maximum error. And you may think one that, sir, L power 3 goes upside. After going upside, L power becomes L power minus 3. Why we will take that minus? Why are you not taking the minus 3? Because for the measurement of the maximum error, we should not take that minus amount. We have to take that only plus. Therefore, plus 3 into delta L by L into 100. Therefore, now what? So this is the error. Which error? Percentage error in the or percentage change in the measurement of the density. That is the question number 8. Let us go for question number 9. Question number 9. In the question number 9, if you see what they have given in the given figure, a diode D is connected to an external resistance R is equal to 100 ohm and an EMF of 3.5 volts. If the barrier potential developed across the diode is 0.5 volts, then the current in the circuit will be. Now, so here what is that they have it right now? Here one diode they have given, right? This diode is like this, and here one resistance also given, and here how much voltage we are applying that? Now that voltage they have given V is equal to, so how much it is? So 3.5 volts, and voltage across the diode VD they have taken how much? First of all, so to break the diode compulsory it will be use some voltage. How much it is? That is equal to 0.5. So if it is a 0.5 means from the battery it takes 0.5 means the remaining voltage across the resistor how much? That is equal to 3.5 minus 0.5, that is equal to how much now? 3 volts. Means from the battery the diode uses 0.5 and the resistance uses how much? 3 volts. Now the question is what? The current in the circuit they are asking. Therefore this resistance value how much they have given? R is equal to 100. R is equal to 100. That is the question number 9. Therefore now you can use so what? That is the Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, the current in the circuit is given by, therefore now what? Voltage across the resistance by what? That is this is of course diode is also there, and if they will not mention anything in the question, means what? The diode can be taken as the ideal diode. For the ideal diode there is no any resistance, right? No, therefore now what? That's why the resistance of the voltage they have not given in the question, means that is the ideal diode, and for the ideal diode the resistance is equal to 0. Forward resistance is equal to 0. Therefore VR by R if you take, that is equal to what? VR is equal to 3 by 100. Therefore now what? It is equal to 3 into 10 power minus 2 ampere is the correct answer. But this also you can take what? 30 into 10 power, so minus 3 ampere. Okay, divide multiply with the 10. Therefore now you can take what? That is equal to 30 milliampere is the correct answer for so question number 9th. Now let's go for question number 10. Now the question number 10. So to observe the diffraction pattern, the size of the obstacle should be, first option, of same order as wavelength. First option, because that is a theoretical point. And 11th question, let's go for that. So it is the 11th question, right? Now, so the plots of deviation versus angle of incidence for two equilateral prism P and Q of different refractive indices are given in the diagram shown below. Then, so what is the relation they are asking? First of all, here let's go for that. So here they have given two diagrams. This is the angle of incidence, and this is the angle of deviation. Therefore now you know that. So the graphs is like this only. For the first one they have given like that, and this is for the second one. For the first one here what? This is the angle of incidence. For the second one this is the angle of incidence. Therefore now what? So this is this is for P and this is what? Q, right? Chalo. Now what you have taken? So this is the indicating what? So angle of minimum deviation for the Q, and this is the angle of minimum deviation for what? That is the PM. Right, here we can confirm what from the figure. So the angle of deviation is for the P is greater than angle of deviation for the Q. correct angle of minimum deviation, because you represent these values. This value only indicating angle of minimum deviation. This value is angle of minimum deviation for the PM. So from the figure we can confirm. So angle of minimum deviation for the P is greater than angle of minimum deviation for the Q. Therefore, what is the formula for angle of minimum deviation? Therefore, delta is equal to, from the formula delta is equal to sine of A plus there is the refractive index expression, mu is equal to sine of A plus delta by 2 by what? By sine of A by 2 expression is there. So in the question they mentioned both are the equilateral prism. Therefore now A is the same. When the A is the same and delta, already we confirmed that delta P is greater than delta Q. Therefore, more is the angle, more is the sin theta. For example, theta increases, sin theta value increases, sin 0, 0, sin 30 value 1 by t, sin 60 value root 3 by 2, sin 90 value 1. Therefore, as theta increases, so what? Sin of value increases. Therefore, delta P is greater than delta Q. Therefore, this angle for the first prism is greater. Therefore, now from this what we can say, now the refractive index of the first prism, so mu P is greater than refractive index of the second prism, so mu Q, because here only depends upon this value. This value is more for prism. Therefore, more is this value means more is the angle, more is the angle means sin value also more, and the denominator is constant. Therefore, now we can confirm. So first option is the correct answer for this question. Next, so 12th question. Question number 12. The stopping potential V0 for an experiment of photoelectric effect from a metal surface is plotted with the frequency nu of incident light as shown in the figure. So generally, what is the stopping potential formula? Now, if you take the stopping potential formula, so first of all, let us draw the diagram here. This is the threshold frequency they have given, and this is the stopping potential V0. And so what if you extend like that? So the original graph is like this amount. This is the original graph actually. Therefore, what is the stopping potential formula? Stopping potential formula V0 is equal to, it is equal to H nu by E minus H nu naught by E. Therefore, this is a constant. Therefore, V is equal to H by E. So, into what? Into nu minus H by E. So, this can be taken as work function which is constant. Right? If you take the difference, means what? Delta V0 is equal to H by E into what? Delta nu. This becomes what? This becomes a 0 only. If you take a difference between any 2 points, if you find out the slope, therefore now what? They are asking what? Planck constant. From this what you can get now? H is equal to delta V naught by delta nu into what? Into E. Therefore this term is indicating the slope of the graph. So this term is what? So change in y coordinate by change in x coordinate gives what? From the transformation ratio. What is that? So Vs, therefore Vs by Vp is equal to Ns by Np. Use this formula, you can get the answer directly. Therefore Vs by primary voltage they have given 220, and that is equal to number of turns in the secondary. So that is 10, and that is NP is equal to given, so 200. Therefore, this 0 0 cancel is equal to 1 by 20, and Vs is equal to, so 220 by, so 20, that's 0 0 cancel is equal to 11 volts is the correct answer for that. So 16th question. Next, so 17th question is, so two balls. 17th question. So two balls of each of mass m are moving towards each other with the speed v. Both are moving with the same speed but opposite in direction, because they said both are moving towards each other. So if the collision between them is perfectly inelastic, then the loss in the kinetic energy, therefore now what? If it is a perfectly inelastic, the formula is given by what? So the loss in kinetic energy formula of m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into, so what? V1 minus V2 whole square. Correct? Therefore, this is the expression for that. Just substitute the values in that. But one thing, here compulsory, here what they have given? M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M, but V2 is equal to, so V if you take that is a minus V and V1 is equal to stomach. V1 is equal to plus V we have to take because both are moving in opposite direction. And from this if you substitute the values, what we can get the answer now from this, that is equal to half m into m square by 2m, nothing but you will get so m by 2 into, so V1 is equal to V minus of minus V, nothing but that is a 2V whole square. Therefore, that is equal to m by 4 into 4V square, 4 cancel. Now the loss in kinetic energy is given by S2, that is equal to mV square. Next question number 18. Question number 18. So, C is the capacity of a parallel plate capacitor. If the separation between the plates is off and the plate area is double, then the new capacity is very simple question. Direct formula. What is that from the formula? You know, C is equal to epsilon naught A by D if you take. So, C1 is equal to given. So, epsilon naught A by D that they have given C, and C2 is equal to epsilon naught. They said what? So, area is a double. Therefore, now what? 2 into A by what? Distance becomes what? Distance becomes so half. Therefore, now what? That is so half, yes, distance is half D by 2, and this 2 goes upside. 4 into epsilon naught A by D, but you know 4 into epsilon naught A by D, nothing but what is C. Therefore, that is what? 4C. We have taken that. Next, question number 19th. That is a direct theory question. You can go through it because that is a direct point, not need to explain for that. And 20 question. So, select the incorrect statement. A physically consistent equation must be dimensionally consistent. That is actually correct, right? No, but they have given what? Incorrect statement. Second one, a physical quantity may have units but no dimensions. No, a physical quantity may have the unit but no dimension. Yes, that is a correct statement, but the question is they are asking incorrect. Why? Because for example, if you take the angle has no dimension, but angle has a unit of radian and degrees, right? No. So, and third one, a physical quantity may have dimension but not units. No, a physical quantity without dimension has no unit at all, right? No. So, next fourth one is, that is correct only. A dimensionally consistent equation may be physically inconsistent. Yes, therefore now what? So, we can prove it in the examples, that is not necessary to give here. Next, 21. A body is projected with a speed 4 meters per second at an angle theta with a vertical. Right? Therefore now this is the explanation required for that. And the 21 question. Now, so in this is the ground and this is the vertical. If you take, they are projecting like this, and this angle given theta, because in this question we have to take that angles always so with what? So with the horizontal, this is the 90 minus theta. So at this point, question what? The kinetic energy at the highest point is 1/4 of the initial kinetic energy. Means what? This is the initial kinetic energy. Ki is equal to what? That is equal to here, the initial kinetic energy is equal to half mu square, where u is the speed of the projection and m is the mass of the particle, let us assume. But at this point, you know that, so what is the kinetic energy? Therefore, at the highest point, means final kinetic energy is equal to formula what? That is equal to half mv square. What is the v here? Velocity at that moment. So, at that moment of m into v value how much? V is equal to, you know that, it is equal to, so u cos of 90 minus theta whole square. So, this is the answer for that, because at the highest point, what is the velocity? V is equal to u cos theta, correct? U cos theta, when if the theta they will give with horizontal, but the theta given with vertical, therefore 90 minus theta, in place of the theta we have to use what? So, cos of 90 minus theta we have to take. Therefore, now if you solve it, cos 90 minus theta sin theta, that is equal to half m, so u square sin square theta. But they said what? This is the equation number 2. According to question, so the kinetic energy at the highest point is equal to 1/4. Therefore, now what? As per the question, K final is equal to 1/4 K initial, and solve it, what we can get now? Half m u square sin square theta is equal to 1/4 of 1/2 m u square. This 1 by 2 mu square, 1 by 2 mu square cancel. Therefore, sin square theta is equal to 1 by 4. After simplification, you can get so theta is equal to how much? Theta is equal to 30 degrees only. That's it. Therefore, now what? The value of the theta, angle of projection, how much they are asking. Next, so 22 direct question and 23. So, for the planet orbiting around the sun, kinetic energy changes but angular momentum remains constant. Yes, with respect to the position of the sun, for every planet there is no torque. There is no torque means what? So angular momentum is always constant, but when the planet is revolving, so around the sun at a different position of the planet from the earth, from the sun, the planet having different speeds. When the speeds are different, automatically kinetic energy is different. Therefore, first option is the correct one. Next. So, question number 24. A small red mark on your tabletop is viewed from a distance of 20 centimeter. So, it appears to be raised from the same point when viewed through a 12 centimeter thick glass slab refractive index 1.5. Refractive index 1.5 held parallel to the table. So, the distance through which it will be, so raised they are asking. For example, initially this table amount, right? So, one mark is there on this one ink mark or any dot. So, you are observing from here. When you are observing from here, it's a distance how much? 20 centimeter they have given. But now watch, so you are keeping a glass slab. You are keeping a glass slab and the slab of the, so glass, the slab refractive index thickness how much they have given? That is equal to 12 centimeter, right? And the refractive index how much given this glass slab? Mu is equal to 1.5 is equal to, so 3 by 2 they have given, okay? But now the question is what? So here, whenever you see from this one, now we feel that this is closer to than original value. Therefore, now what? It will be rises here, its image will be come here. Therefore, now this object if you feel, this is the image. Now you feel that yes, the dot is not here, the dot we can see here. Therefore, now what? This rise only they are asking. That is called as a normal shift, that normal shift formula. And this is the question number how much? It is a 24th question. And so normal shift formula, n is equal to t into 1 minus 1 by mu, direct formula. So according to normal shift formula, and if you take the 12 into 1 minus mu is equal to 3 by 2, but 1 by mu is equal to estimate, that is equal to, so 2 by 3. If you simplify 12 into 1 by 3, that is equal to how much now? 4 centimeters. Means here this is coming upward with what? 4 centimeter. Means what? We feel that 4 centimeter is closer. Therefore, that is the normal shift in that one. Next, 25th. So, which of the following possesses maximum most probable speed? The first option, oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide and helium. Out of these 4 gases, we have to, they have mentioned what? Temperature is the same. When temperature is the same, so what? They are asking which one is having the more maximum most probable speed. Therefore, now what you can say, so for that, so here what? Under root of what? That is equal to 3RT by m. So this is the most probable speed, Vm is equal to 3RT by m. So this is the universal gas constant, that is the constant. Temperature of the mentioned constant. Therefore, now what? So molar mass is the, so is in the denominator. Therefore, now what? So Vm is inversely proportional to square root of the molar mass. Out of the all, hydrogen having the, so molar mass of the 2 gram. Therefore, now what? Out of the all, hydrogen having the less molar mass means more most probable speed, because that is the inversely proportional. Next, question number 26. Temperature of 1 mole of an ideal gas is raised by 2 degrees by a process. The internal energy change would be maximum if the process is. So options they have given: isochoric, adiabatic, isobaric and equal for all the process they have given. Question actually what? So here for one gas the temperature is raised by how much? 2 degrees. Means what? The increase in the temperature is 2 degrees. Now that change in temperature causes what? change in internal energy. Correct or not? Therefore, which of the following process, what is that isobaric, adiabatic or isobaric or all process, for which process the internal energy is the different, they are maximum they are asking. Formula matama. So, internal energy formula delta U is equal to NCV into delta T, correct? So, this is the 26th question. So, delta U is equal to NCV. So, number of moles of the gas, for example, constant, and they said change in temperature is the same. How much they have given? That is equal to, so 2 degrees Celsius they have given, correct? So, what about this one? So, molar specific heat. Correct or not? So, molar specific heat. And so, molar specific heat at constant volume. This CV is different for different gases, for oxygen, for hydrogen, for nitrogen. So, what for the when the gas nature changes, I mean when for them atomicity changes, means monoatomic, diatomic, it depends upon the atomicity of the gases. Oxygen, monoatomic, so CV value different. For the nitrogen, so that is a diatomic, adu different because it depends upon the atomicity nature of the gas. Does not depend upon the process. Therefore, now what? So, fourth option is the correct, equal for all the process. Next, 27th question. So, find the wrong statement among the following. Surface tension of a liquid is independent of the area of the surface. Yes, surface tension does not depend upon the how much surface area you are taken or you are considered. Water with a detergent dissolved should have small angle of contact. Yes. So, when you add the water with some detergent, right, different types of detergents are there, no, we are using daily. With that, if you add the water, now what? Angle of contact decreases some, that is the, so correct. So, now what? Center of spinning cricket ball in air does not follow parabolic trajectory. Yes, that is also correct only. These are all theory points. Next what? So, your last one, for a fluid in steady flow, increase of fluid speed at constriction follows conservation of momentum law. Therefore, that is the wrong. These are all theory points, I think not need to explain for that. Next what? 28th, that is a direct question. So, two thin lenses of powers P1 and P2 are in contact and coaxial. So, the focal length of the combination is. So, the focal, before that the power of the combination how much? P1 plus P2 we can take, correct? Power is equal to P1 plus P2, but they are asking what? So, focal length 1 by F is equal to, so what, that is a F is equal to what? F is equal to reciprocal of the power, that is equal to, you can say 1 by P1 plus P2. Therefore, so which option? That is the fourth option is the correct one. Next, 29th, which of the following statement is correct for PN junction under the forward bias? The forward current flowing in the circuit is the order of, so microampere, no, it is a milliampere. So, in PN junction diode, the forward current is the order of milli, not micro, that is a reverse bias current actually. The PN junction provides high resistance, no. So, in the forward bias, PN junction diode has less resistance and reverse bias provides so high resistance. So, third one, after the threshold voltage of the forward current, after the threshold voltage, the forward current increases significantly. Yes. So, what? Every diode having some threshold potential, means what? The barrier potential. So, after breaking the barrier, means after filling the barrier potential, then only the remaining potential will be used by the, so what, other circuits. Just now we have seen one question, no? So, diode and resistor, diode is equal to 0.5 volts and the resistance 100 ohm. This one question we have seen, that question only. Therefore, now what? So, the third one is only correct. After the threshold voltage, the forward current slightly increases. We can check this by using the, so current versus voltage curves in the junction diode in forward bias. 30 question. Bulk modulus of elasticity represents incompressibility of the material. First, that is A. Second one, bulk modulus of elasticity is proportional to change in volume. That is wrong, because bulk modulus is inversely proportional to, so change in volume. Formula what? That is equal to, so B is equal what? So, B is equal to minus P by, so delta V by V. Or not. Therefore, now, so that is the answer for this. Bulk modulus is equal to minus P by delta V by V. So, here see, so bulk modulus magnitude is inversely proportional to change in volume. So here what, so first one is correct, bulk modulus of elasticity is proportional to, sorry, A, bulk modulus of elasticity represents incompressibility, right? No, whether it is compressed or not. Right now, if it is compressed, how much percent is compressed, that can be determined by the bulk modulus only. Now, the third option is correct. Assertion is true and but reason is false. Now, 31st question. Question number 31. What is the reading of screw gauge shown in the figure? Least count of the given screw gauge is 0.01 millimeter they have given. Therefore, if you see, that is also direct question. Therefore, the reading R is equal to, you can say, so here how much is coinciding? So here 0, 1, 2, 3 means what? We can say 3 plus how much it is the, so least count into that coinciding number, that is equal to how much now? So 3 plus, so least count how much, that is the 0.01 into what number is coinciding with, that is equal to 24, and after simplification, so you will get the answer for that one. How much it is, that is equal to, so 3.24 millimeters. After simplification, you will get 3.24 millimeter is the reading of the screw gauge. Next. So 32 question. Question number 32. A rectangular coil of turns, how much given? Number of turns is equal to 20 turns and area of cross section A is equal to 25 into 10 power minus 4 meter square. So, and the resistance R is equal to 100 ohm. Here I am converting the area into meter square. So, and if the magnetic field which is perpendicular to the plane of the coil changes, means what, theta is equal to 0, and then what they are asking, that at the rate of S dB by dt. So, dB by dt is equal to, so 100 Tesla per second. So, then they are asking what, so what is the current I is equal to how much? Just 2 days back only, electromagnetic induction, we have discussed here, theta is equal to 0 means what? So, the current first of all, so E is equal to N A cos theta into dB by dt. Substitute all values, we will get the answer. After that what? Current I is equal to what? E by R. Therefore, NA, theta is equal to 0 means cos 0, 1 and NA by R into, so dB by, so dt. So, N is equal to 20, area is equal to 25 into 10 power minus 4 and that is resistance 100. This is also 100, they have given 100 Tesla per second. Therefore, this 100 cancel and 25 twos are 50 into 0. Therefore, now what's 50 into 10 is equal to 500 into 10 power minus 4 is equal to 5 into 10 power, so minus 2, that is equal to how much that is there? So 0.05. 0.05 ampere is the correct option for this. Simple question only, just once go through that information of electromagnetic induction. So which changes? Magnetic field changes, area changes, theta changes. So here N constant, A constant, theta is also constant, only magnetic field changes. Therefore now what? We can go through, so this model. Next, so 33. Question number 33. The dimensional formula of a heat capacity, that is a direct. Heat capacity H is equal to, so amount of the heat requires to rise the temperature of a metal by 1 degree Celsius. Therefore, now what? Delta Q by delta T. So therefore, delta T nothing but energy, heat energy. That's what? M power 1, L power 2, T power minus 2 by, so temperature. So temperature is nothing but we can use either theta symbol or, but in this they have given a K nana. Therefore, K also you can take, that is a K. Therefore, now what? After simplification, M power 1, L power 2, T power minus 2, K power minus 1 is the dimensional formula for heat capacity. Okay, next. So 34. Question number 34. A proton and alpha particle moving with the equal momentum enter into a uniform transverse magnetic field strength in a region of small width. So alpha particle will deflect more, proton will deflect more. Yes, let us do that. Therefore, when charged particles enters transversely or perpendicularly into uniform magnetic field, it follows a circular path of the radius r is equal to mv by so qb. So according to question, so what mv is equal to constant because both are having the same momentum, right? No, so p is the same for alpha particle and for the proton. Therefore now b is also same. Therefore now what r is inversely proportional to q. So but here what they are asking, the deflection. Deflection means what? So for which particle radius is more, we can say that is what less deflect. If for which particle, so radius is less, we can say the deflection is more. Therefore, now the deflection is inversely proportional to what, amma? So radius, and radius is inversely proportional to what? Charge from this figure. Then finally what? Finally we can confirm. So deflection is directly proportional to charge. Therefore now what? Charge of the alpha particle is more, amma. So if you take charge of the proton, so q proton is equal to, so if you take E and the charge of the alpha particle is always equal to double of the charge of the proton. Remember, mass of the alpha particle is equal to 4 times the mass of the proton, and charge of the alpha particle is equal to 2 times of the charge of the proton. Therefore, for the alpha particle, charge is more than the proton. Therefore, the radius of the proton is greater than the radius of the alpha particle. But when you come to the deflection matters, the deflection of the alpha particle is more than the deflection of that is a proton. Therefore, both are different. Deflection is different, radius is different. Be careful. Now, 35th question. Which of the following phenomena are not shown by sound waves? Polarization. That is a theory point. Next, so 36. So 36 what? If the key K joining C and D is closed, then so current direction they are asking. One thing you keep in mind. So for example, this is one any galvanometer. You take galvanometer resistance G. If you take, this is the A, this is the B, and this is the C, and this is the D, right? Therefore, now what? Here between A and C, we are connecting, so one battery, this battery I am taking that what am plus, so that is what am V. Here I am taking that, this is the potential at B is VB, and at D is for example VD. Now the formula is given by VB minus VD, VB minus VD is equal to QR minus PS by, so P plus Q into R plus S by what? So into VM. This is the formula. Remember it, between B and D, under unbalanced, we should, actually the bridge is under unbalanced. See, 10 by, if you take this is the PM, P is equal to how much now? 10 ohms, and P is equal to 10 ohm. So this is the Q is equal to, that is the 20 ohm, and this is PQR is equal to, that is equal to 30 ohm, and this is the last one, S is equal to 40 ohm. So P by Q value how much? P by Q is equal to 10 by 20, 1 by 2, and R by S value, so 3 by 4. Therefore, P by Q is value not equal to R by S. Therefore, the bridge is under unbalanced. When the bridge is under unbalanced, okay, na? So there is a current passes through this middle wire. Means what? For the through the vertical wire compasses some current passes. If the bridge is balanced, the potential at B and D both are the same. When potentials at the both points are the same, therefore VB minus VD is equal to 0. When potential difference is equal to 0 across any resistor or any instrument, through that instrument current is equal to 0, because to flow the current compulsory there is something potential difference, means one point should be at higher potential or one point should be at a lower potential. By using this formula we can find out either current is going from so B to D or D to C. How ma? So for example, if one thing, in this case, if QR value greater than PS, therefore what we can say, QR greater than PS means what? This becomes positive. This becomes positive means what? VB greater than VB, VB greater than VD. Therefore, current goes in this. In this case, I am taking current and current is going from where to where? So, always from higher potential to lower potential. Current always going from higher to lower. And for example, if QR less than PS, therefore now what we can say here, VD greater than VBM. Means what? If you QR less than PS, this becomes negative. I am taking that QR greater. This product is greater than PS. In between, who is there? Minus. Therefore, this becomes negative. This becomes negative means what? VB less than VD. Therefore, now what? So, in this case, the current direction is so what? That is equal to, so D to B current is traveling. So, if QR is equal to PS, this also you can rearrange like this. So, P by Q is equal to R by S. If you take QR is equal to PS, if you rearrange these terms, P by Q is equal to R by S, this is nothing but what? Balancing condition. If that is a balancing condition, so this part is equal to 0 because QR, PS both are equal. This one is 0. This one 0 means what? VB minus VD is equal to 0. When VB minus VD is equal to 0, VB is equal to VD. When VB is equal to VD, therefore now what? Both are the same potential difference is equal to 0, there is no current in that case. Therefore, now in this case if you solve, so what QR value find out, QR value is Q into R value. So, QR is equal to Q 20 into 30, that is equal to 600 you will get. And also PS value, so 10 opposite, 10 into 40, that is how much? 400. Therefore, QR value greater than PS. So, if QR greater than PS, VB greater than VD, current going from where to where? B to D. Therefore, in this question they have given C to D, don't confuse. So, in this diagram I have used what? B and D, but in this diagram what they have given? So, A, C, B, D they have given. Therefore, now what? So, here current is going from B to D means what? In the according to question do C to D. As per my notes I have given like that. Okay. So, this is the story. Therefore, now current is going from C to D. Right. Now, 37 question. For the Zener diode network, find PZ, power dissipated across the Zener diode. So, here let us take the diagram. This is the load resistance, that is equal to 3 kilo ohm, and this is the 1 kilo ohm, right? And this voltage, total voltage how much? This is 16 volts they have given, and idu voltage across the Zener diode is equal to 10 volts. And therefore tell me, so across this one also what we can say, that is equal to, so 10 ohms, 10 volts only na? See this Zener voltage, how much given? 10 volts. Means these both are in the parallel. When both are in the parallel, potential difference is the same. Therefore, now first of all, I am finding that the current passes through the load resistance IL. Idu load resistance RL toward RL. So, IL is equal, we want to find out. So, current through the load resistance IL is equal to voltage across the load resistance by, so what? That is equal to resistance of the load, and VL nothing but what? VZ, because both are in parallel, is equal to, so how much? 10 by 3, how much? That is 10 by 3 na? Yes, 10 by 3 into, so we can get this is a 10 power 3, and you can get IL is equal to 10 by 3 into 10 power minus 3, so ampere means milliampere we can take that, right? No, so this is the milliamperes. Next what I am, so this from the 16 volts, this one is using how much? 10 volts. Therefore, this is using how much? Therefore, this combinedly using 10 volts. From this 16 volts, this system is using 10 volts. Remaining voltage how much? 6 volts, because from the 16, so it is 10 volts has gone. Therefore, now voltage across the resistance R, this is the RL, this is R is equal to how much now? That is equal to, so voltage across the resistance R is equal to given voltage V is equal to 16, V minus Vz, so 6 volts. Therefore, current through the given resistance IR is equal to what? That is equal to VR by, so what? Voltage across I is equal to V by R. Therefore, now VR by R is equal to 6 by 1 nothing but what? 6 into 10 power, because 1 kilo, this kilo means 1 into 10 power 3, 10 power 3 goes upside ampere, therefore 6 into 10 power minus 3 ampere. But the question what they are asking that the power distributed across the Zener diode, therefore voltage across the 10, so power formula what? Power P is equal to S2, P is equal to V into I. One formula is there or not? Already across the Zener they have given voltage. Our duty is what? Just to find out the current through the Zener diode. So this current is coming. How much of that current? That current IR, right? IR is equal to how much? 6 milliampere. After coming here at this junction, so some current is passing through the Zener system. How much? That is the IZ, and the remaining current is passing like that. Therefore, current through the Zener diode IZ is equal to what? So the total current coming from the battery minus current passes through the load. Therefore, now what? 6 minus, so 10 by 3. So that is equal to what? So 8 by 3, 3 6 are 80, 18, so 10, therefore 8 by 3 milliampere. Okay, 10 power minus 3 ampere. Therefore, what the power? Power P is equal to V into I. Therefore, V value how much given? 10 into Vz Iz. So 10 into 80 by, 8 by 3 is equal to 80 by 3 milliwatts. Because 10 power minus 3 is there, no? So if you take 10 power minus 3, you are getting that. So 80 by 3 millivolt for third option is the correct answer. Next, 38. Question number 38. In the network shown in the figure, the current in the R5 they are asking. So what here? That is simple question only, no? So I1 and this is the I3, that is the I2 and I3 plus I1. Therefore, what? That is the, so I1 only, na? Because what current is coming from the circuit? Same current has to go out. Therefore, I2 plus I3. So current through the R5. Actually, what? In this branch, in the down branch, it is the I3. Upside branch is I2. Again, I2 and I3 both are meeting at this R5. Therefore, now that is what? I1 only. Next, 39. That is a theory question. Question what? When the acceleration of a particle is 0, then the velocity of the particle is also 0. Next, if the particle moves in a straight line with constant acceleration, then the average velocity of this particle can be 0 in some time interval. Yes. So now here what? So statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is so correct. Why? Because first statement 1, you know, when the acceleration of a particle is 0, then the velocity of the particle is also 0. Never. Acceleration of the particle is equal to 0 means what? Velocity may be 0, may not be 0. If the body at rest, velocity is 0, acceleration also 0. If the body is moving with uniform velocity, velocity is constant, acceleration is equal to 0. Therefore, when acceleration is equal to 0, body velocity may be, may not be 0, but not must be 0. So, first option wrong. Therefore, now what? So, here statement 2. Yes, statement 2 correct. If the particle moves in a straight line with constant acceleration, then average velocity of this particle can be 0 in some time interval. For example, if your body is projected upside, so when the body is projected upside from the ground, the total displacement of the particle after coming to the ground is equal to 0, because the particle is projecting from the earth and coming back to the same point. So what? Displacement is equal to 0. So what is the average velocity? Average velocity is equal to 0, because average velocity is equal to displacement by that time. As the displacement is equal to 0, then average velocity is 0, but in this projection, acceleration g is always constant. That is what? Uniform. Therefore, for a given time interval, so the average velocity may be 0, chance is there. So now last one, 40 question. A regular polygon has a n sides, each of length, so L and each corner of the polygon is at a distance of r from the center. So identical charges each of equal to q are placed at all the corners except one. So the magnitude of the electric field at the center of the polygon they are asking. For example, let us take that 4 particle system. 4 particle system if you take, this is first particle q, second particle q, third particle q, and here this is the vacant particle. I have not taken any particle. Therefore, now what here, so what they have given, so the magnitude of the electric field at the center of the polygon when, so a regular polygon has n sides, each of length L, each corner of the polygon is at a distance r from the center, identical charges each equal to q are placed at all the corners except one. Here I am not taking anything. Right or not? Therefore, now what? Here at the center, they are asking what? The magnitude of electric field is equal to 0. For example, here, imagine that charge is also there. First of all, let us imagine. Let us imagine that what? So, charge is here. Right now, when the charge is here, net electric field must and should be equal to 0 or not? Because all charges are same charges, same nature. If it is a plus, it is a plus, it is a plus. Therefore, at any polygon of n sides, if you are keeping similar and equal charges at the corners, therefore net electric field at the center is always equal to 0. Therefore, means what? I am not taking any charge here. Therefore, electric field due to single charge. Right now, electric field due to single charge. So, electric field due to remaining all charges must and should be equal to 0. I feel there is a charge, but originally there is no charge. Therefore, now what you can say, so electric field of the remaining is so what compulsory must and should be equal to what, that is equal to minus E1, means what? Opposite in direction. Therefore, now what? So here only one particle is there. Therefore, now what you can say, magnitude is equal to kq by, so r square only is the correct answer. Therefore, now what? The vector sum of magnetic fields of all remaining charges must and should be equal to what? Magnitude, what is that? Electric field of the single particle but opposite in direction. That's it. So, therefore, now what? So, remaining 41 is the direct work done formula. So, the force exerted on any object is F is equal to given what? F naught into x by A. So, use this formula, you can get the answer. So, now that is a 41 problem. Work done formula what? W is equal to integration f of x dx formula, and substitute there is what? That is equal to, so f naught x by A minus 1 into dx, and the limits are what? X is equal to 0 to x is equal to, so 3a they have given, and you can use this formula. Next what? 42. A car moves with a velocity of 10 meter per second towards east. In 5 seconds, its velocity changes to 10 meter per second towards the north. Right? So, the change in velocity of the car they are asking. Therefore, now what? Here magnitude of the velocity is constant. 10 meter per second before changing and 10 meter per second after changing. Therefore, the change in velocity vector delta v bar is equal to given by, so v final vector minus v initial vector, that is equal to v final, that is towards north. Therefore, 10 j cap I will take, and there is what? Initially it is the east, 10 I cap. Therefore, so 10 root 2 will come as magnitude, and direction we can decide, it is a northwest according to vector concept. So, last one what? 43 direct question beta. So, what? That is equal to the equation of a wave is given by what? That is equal to, they are asking what? Speed. So, v is equal to omega by k, and omega is equal to given what? That is equal to 2 by 0.5. So, 1 by 2, therefore what? 4 meter per second, and these are all simple questions only. 44, that is the first option A only, and 45. Question 45 is what? So, two solid metal balls of the same material have the radius. Therefore, R1 is equal to, so 2 are given, R2 is equal to 3 are given. So, next what? The ratio of the dragging force acting on these two particles. Generally, so what is the force formula? F is equal to 6 pi r neta into V. So, neta is the same they have given, and 6 pi is constant. Therefore, V they have not given. Therefore, according to terminal velocity formula, V is equal to what? That is equal to, so 2 by 9 2 by 9 into r square. So G by, so neta into rho minus sigma formula is there. Therefore, V is directly proportional to r square here. Therefore, here V is directly proportional to r square means if you substitute the equation here, finally we can get what? So dragging force is directly proportional to r power 3. Therefore, now, so 2r by 3r whole power 3, therefore now 8 by, so 27, 8 is to 27 will get the answer, third option. So this is the paper and let's meet tomorrow paper explanation. Thank you.